games, 2 wins for the Sox against the Yankees. And now here on Father's Day, Boston goes for their 5th overall win in a row and their 5th straight win against the New York Yankees and a series sweep. From the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio, I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Beautiful day here in the city of Boston. And Father's Day and baseball, 2 things that go perfectly together. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Red Sox Nation, both living and no longer with us. The Red Sox are 36-36, looking to sweep the 42-27 Yankees today after picking up back-to-back 1-run wins. And the tide is starting to turn there. The Sox have won 3 1-run games in a row. We know they've struggled with that all season long. And better than that, they now won 6 of their last 7 games, and now they're looking to get above 500 here today against the Yankees. They're back at 500 for the 14th time this season, but we'll see if the Sox can complete the sweep against New York. But this stretch of 15 consecutive games that the Red Sox are currently in against teams above 500, it's going pretty well so far. They're 6-2 against the Yankees and Rays in this stretch, and we'll see if they can continue their dominance against New York here in 2025. Will Fleming and Sean McDonough, they have the call today here from Fenway, and first pitch is set for 1:35. And first pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. So the Yankees are the top dog in the American League East still at 42-27, 4.5 games up on the Rays and Blue Jays, 7.5 up on the Red Sox. But they're still showing that they're the same Yankee team that can't get out of its own way. We saw it early last night. Runner on second, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, and a Yankee miscue allowed the Red Sox to take the early lead.
It's a ground ball to short, backhanded by Volpe. Jump throw. It's by the first baseman, LeMahieu, off the facing of the Red Sox dugout. Ref Snyder in to score, and the Red Sox lead 1-0.
So a hit and an error there as Anthony Volpe threw that one wide of first base off a ground ball from Carlos Narvaez. Sox take a 1-0 lead. Boston ended up building a 4-0 edge against the Yankees. Hunter Dobbins, the player hater of the year, backed up his words once again against the Yankees with 6 shutout innings in which he allowed just 2 hits, 1 walk while striking out 5 batters. But in the 7th inning, the Yankees threatened. Luis Guerrero, he walked the first 2 batters of the inning, and both those batters came around to score. And the Yankees, they had 2 on with 2 out. Top 7, down 4-2. Aaron Judge was on deck with Trent Grisham at the plate. And that's when Jason Dominguez, who was on second base, forgot how many strikes there were and provided us with the play of last night's game. Brought to you by Nissan. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today.
At the letters, Wilson's ready. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Fastball 96 miles an hour, and they throw behind. They got him in a rundown. Throw to third. Out is Dominguez. What a base running blunder. Great read by Narvaez on the secondary lead. They throw to second, over to third, and the Yankees run themselves out of this 7th inning.
So a huge gap from Jason Dominguez, and he did admit after the game he thought there were 3 strikes on the batter, Trent Grisham. Instead, it was just 2, and Carlos Narvaez, the former Yankee, making another huge play defensively. He also pitched in a couple hits on the offensive side of things as well. So at that point, it was still 4-2. Yankees would get 1 in the 9th inning, but Greg Weissert ended up wrapping it up for his 2nd save of the season. Sox win it 4-3. And here we go, a chance for a sweep against the Yankees here on Father's Day at Fenway Park. And it's time now for today's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. And here is the 9 for the Yankees today. It's Trent Grisham. He's in center field leading things off. Ben Rice, he's moved up from the 3 spot to the 2 spot today, and he's also playing first base. Aaron Judge batting 3rd today. He's the designated hitter in this one. Cody Bellinger bats cleanup. He's out in right field. As Jazz Chisholm bats 5th, he's at 3rd. Anthony Volpe, who's had a tough series, he bats 6th. He's a shortstop. 7-8-9 looking like this. Jason Dominguez back in the starting lineup. He's in left field. It's J.C. Escarra who bats 8th and does the catching today. And Oswald Peraza, he rounds out the 9. as the second baseman going up against Brian Bayo, and we'll get into the pitching matchup in one moment. But here's the nine for the Red Sox. And just so you know ahead of time, no Roman Anthony, no Marcelo Meyer in the starting lineup, and that's because Max Fried is on the hill for the Yankees. Rob Refsnyder, he leads things off once again. He's out in right field, and how about his OPS now against left-handers this season? It is over 1,000. He's been that good offensively, and overall this year, he's got a .402 on-base percentage, .452 slugging, .306 average. He's been phenomenal. The former Yankee getting it done yesterday against the Yankees as well with a pair of hits, and he scored that first run. Rafael Devers, he's the DH, back in the 2 spot. Romy Gonzalez, who has also been awesome against left-handed pitchers. He's got a .957 OPS against lefties this season. He's at first base. Trevor Story, he bats cleanup. He's a shortstop. Abraham Toro, he is at third. He's got a .337 average over his last 24 games. Jarren Duran, he's batting 6th today for the Red Sox. He's in left field. 7-8-9 looking like this. Cedon Rafaela in center field. Connor Wong does the catching today, and we know how much he's scuffled offensively. He's got a .153 batting average, 9 for 59 on the year, and still no RBIs this season as well. But you got to get Carlos Narvaez off his feet at some point, so it ends up being here in the series finale against the Yankees. And then it's Christian Campbell who rounds out the 9. He is the second baseman. Mentioned Trevor Story. He's batting cleanup, and he has been really good in the month of June. He's got a .319 average with an .892 OPS in 12 June games. And after yesterday's game, he had a chance to catch up with Will Fleming and Sean McDonough to talk about what has made him so good offensively this year, or this June.
My greatest attribute is my athleticism. So if I'm in there thinking too much or thinking about where my hands are, where this or that is, it's just a distraction. So really just being on time and letting the athlete come out in me, and it's really as simple as that. I know it's, you kind of want a direct answer there, but
no, it's a good answer.
Yeah, it's really just relaxing and being myself.
Yeah, it is a good answer. He's hitting fastballs here in the month of June. Yeah, again, you look at the overall numbers, .234 average, .278 on base, .362 slugging percentage. That's not great, but he has refound his stroke here in the month of June with his .319 average and, again, an .892 OPS. He had a pair of doubles in yesterday's game as well. So he's been a nice boost for this Sox offense in the month of June after a very tough month of May. We'll see if he can continue it today against Max Fried and the New York Yankees. And it's time now to bring you today's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And it is going to be a tall task for the Red Sox today because Max Fried is 9-1. He's got a 1.84 ERA in 14 starts. He's got the best ERA in the American League. It's third best in baseball behind Kodai Senga of the Mets and then Paul Skeens of the Pirates. But he also leads the sport in wins with 9, and he doesn't strike out a ton of guys, but he does induce a lot of weak contact, and that's what has made him so good. He throws a lot of strikes, only 18 walks in 88 innings pitched, but we'll see what he can do here against the Red Sox. And he is 2-0 in his 2 starts at Fenway Park with an ERA of 3, but that was during his time with the Braves. Much different scenario. You got a packed crowd again here at Fenway Park facing off against the Red Sox. Brian Bayo on the other side. He's got a 2-1 record, 3.96 ERA in 10 starts this season. And remember when Brian Bayo couldn't get through 5 innings? Well, after a stretch of 5 consecutive starts in which he didn't finish 5 innings, he's posted back-to-back quality starts. And last time out, he allowed 3 earned runs, 4 runs overall, and 6 1/3 innings pitched against the Rays. And one thing to say, too, is he's pitched well against the Yankees. In 8 outings, he is 3-3. He's got a 2.54 ERA. The big question for him, can he pitch well in a day game environment? Because in his career, we know this about Brian Bayo, he isn't as good during day games than he is his night games. He's got a 5.39 ERA during day games this year, or in his career rather. But Red Sox starters, you got to give them credit. In their last 7 games, they're 5-0, and they've held opponents to an MLB best 556 OPS. So they pitched better. They've gone through a turn in the rotation where every starter gave at least 6 innings. We'll see if they can continue that here today in the series finale against the New York Yankees here on Father's Day. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. Brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at Subaru of New England. pregame.com. And coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll hear Will Fleming's pregame chat with Alex Cora. That's brought to you, as always, by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. But coming up next, we got Rob Bradford joining us here from Fenway Park as we get you set for Boston versus New York. Volume 3 at Fenway here in 2025. Sox going for the sweep. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge,
can I get you a refill?
You can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/AmexBusiness.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers of Red Sox Nation. And joining me now is a guy that is a father in his own right, Rob Bradford. He's in the broadcast booth. Rob, happy Father's Day to you. Did you get any good gifts today?
The gift of baseball. I mean, the great game of baseball.
You get that every day, though.
Isn't that the best gift of all?
Yes, I would agree.
I couldn't be a father without Taylor, Riley, and Colby, obviously, and my beautiful wife Jen, and also a big shout out to my dad, 92-year-old Bill Bradford, who was listening somewhere, and he gave birth to my love of baseball, not necessarily with the Red Sox, but with stories of the Boston Braves, which I know that leans into the demographic of everybody who follows you, Joe. So
yes, exactly, 1,000%. You're also a dog dad as well, so congratulations to that too. Hey, Rob, Sox obviously have won 4 consecutive games, and they've won 6 out of their last 7. Back at 500, what has stood out to you the most about this recent stretch where this team has sort of found its footing again?
You know, I think it starts with the starting pitching. I mean, as much as we talk about the chaos of Devers and the chaos of Roman Anthony on the roster and all this other stuff, there's a definite correlation between how they have started winning and the starting pitching actually pitching 6 innings. You go back to it, Joe. You go back from, I think, May 6th to June 6th, the worst starting pitching probably in baseball overall. I think it was the second worst ERA amongst the starters. They only here's a striking stat for that span. They had only won. Starters had only won in a month. They had only come away with 3 wins, and that to me says a lot. And now you turn the page. In the last week, starters have 5 decisions, 5 wins for the starters. I think this is the big turn. This is the biggest thing. They got to keep it going. It protects the bullpen, keeps them in the game. So even though, Joe, it might not be as sexy as the Devers and the Anthony talk, it is the most important thing.
No, they've certainly turned it around, and Brian Bayo's trying to keep that going today against the Yankees. Just to switch gears one moment, Rob, I don't know if you read the Wright Thompson piece about Aaron Judge on ESPN. There was a really good part in that about this Yankees team that I wanted to get your opinion on. He wrote, there are days when the Yankees look like the best team in the American League, and then there are days when they look like the team that got embarrassed in the World Series a year ago. It's hard to know which team will be left standing in October. Where do you think this team lands right now from what you've seen so far?
I think they can be a very good team, and they have been a very good team. But and this is a testament to them, considering how many injuries, key injuries they have. But you're still to go through. It's one thing to go through the first couple months and weather that storm. It's another thing to weather the storm for the entire year. And the pieces that they put together when Soto left, I mean, yeah, you give them a ton of credit for that, but you have to see if that's sustainable. And also, as Wright wrote, you have to show that you can field the ball, that you can play fundamental baseball, because we saw it last night, Joe. I mean, listen, it happens, but Jason Dominguez, forgetting how many strikes there are and getting picked off, I mean, that's the sign. That's exactly what everybody was talking about. That's exactly what our guy, Joe Kelly, was talking about immediately after the World Series when the fifth inning was unraveling. And he said, hey, you know what? We knew they were going to start playing Yankee baseball. Well, that's what they were talking about. Fortunately for the Yankees, that hasn't been the case a whole lot this year.
Yeah, Joe spoke some true words, obviously, when he was talking to you about it. Rob, I want to get into the Red Sox lineup. No Roman Anthony, no Marcelo Meyer. To me, that makes sense, obviously, with Max Fried on the hill. And the reality is, too, Rob Refsnyder and Romy Gonzalez, they've gotten the job done when they've been put in the lineup against left-handed pitchers. But what do you make of today's lineup with those two guys back in, but you got Connor Wong batting eighth and catching, and obviously he struggled, and Duran batting sixth?
Yeah, I think the Connor Wong thing, you said it. At some point, you have to get Narvaez off his feet a little bit. And it'll also be nice to get Connor Wong some good moments. But to the meat and potatoes of that conversation, of the lineup conversation, it's everyone is up in arms about Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer hitting against lefties or not hitting against lefties. Let's start with the facts. The facts are that you cannot ignore the years that Rob Refsnyder and Romy Gonzalez are having. Both have OPSs, I believe, of certainly over 900 against lefties. I mean, you look at the numbers Rob Refsnyder has in starts. His OPS is over 1,000. So you cannot not put those guys in the lineup. Now, how you do that, maybe, yeah, you can get creative. Duran, we saw the other day, he sits or whatever it is, and now the two rookies sit. But you have to keep putting out your best lineup. And I think there's ways to integrate the Anthonys and the Myers of the world, which they have. It's not going to be a perfect situation in terms of just running them out there and saying, go get them. But you know what? Sometimes that isn't the perfect situation, because sometimes it's better for a young player like that not to say, hey, you know what? You're playing every day. Go get them. Because we saw what happened last year with Jackson Holiday. Sometimes that can get really uncomfortable and go the other way.
Yeah, you want to ease these guys in, especially because they are so important. Rob, final thing for you. I know you had a chance to talk to Hunter Dobbins today after his great start yesterday. I've been really impressed when I listen to Hunter and just the fact that he owns what he says, but at the same time he's got confidence behind it and also is very open about everything. How impressed have you been with the rookie, especially what he did last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think that to me this thing was striking. One of the reasons I wanted to talk to him today was because I see this guy who has gone through the gauntlet in a short amount of time, whether it's the media stuff or whether it's just having to perform in big, high-leverage situations, and nothing is phasing him. I mean, he's handled the interviews very well. He's handled the on-the-field stuff very well. He's handled bats against Aaron Judge very well. All of this is a guy where you can tell he is a really, really confident guy. And I think that a microcosm of that, honestly, Joe, was when all that controversy came up about him not wanting to play for the Yankees and his dad. Because he didn't shy away from it. He was he was fine answering the questions. He didn't run from it. And that night when that story came out, he actually pitched well. And then when the Yankees come back to town, he pitches well again. So I just think that what's striking to me, not knowing him a whole lot before this, is this very unassuming, redheaded, necessarily, he said he was 160 pounds, when he came up initially, that this guy is a bulldog, man. Like, this is the type of guy you're not going to be afraid to put in good big spots, and they're going to continue to put him in big spots.
Yeah, and I think this town is embracing Hunter Dobbins, and especially to be performing against the Yankees. That's how you get Red Sox fans to love you. Rob, appreciate the time. Red Sox fans obviously love you. Enjoy Father's Day. You deserve it, and thanks for hopping on with me.
Yeah, and just a heads up, too, a special first pitch. Saw them warming up down the field. Clay Buchholz's son, Jax, is throwing the first pitch to Clay Buchholz. So I thought that was pretty cool. Good to see Clay.
Yes, very cool. Glad to have him back in the building where he deserves to be and should be. Well, Rob, appreciate the time.
All right, man. See you.
All right, that's Rob Bradford, and you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up next, we got Will Fleming's pregame chat with Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and that is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Beautiful 62-degree day here in Boston on Father's Day. Sox and Yankees coming up from Fenway Park at 1:35. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge,
can I get you a refill?
You can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/AmexBusiness.
Spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app, America's fastest-growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, you can bet on all your favorite sports. So head to the app now, and new SGPs, odds boosts, and special offers. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
Late June to early July is the start of summer and halfway to Christmas, and the best place to get into the spirit of both is at Santa's Village in New Hampshire's White Mountains.
Soar like a reindeer on the Midnight Flyer family roller coaster. Cool off with the Joyride water slides. Feed Santa's reindeer and enjoy so much more.
Santa's Village, your toy family star.
Tickets are limited and only available online at santasvillage.com. That's santasvillage.com.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ron McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
Time to reseed this lawn. What's the difference between fescue and Bermuda?
When you stop at golf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
Maybe zoysia seed is better.
So you can concentrate on other things.
I mean, how many types of grass seed can there be?
And with the Golf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. See app for details. Golf. It all starts here.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Introducing the new and improved Mega Millions, now featuring bigger and faster growing jackpots. Plus, you'll have better odds of winning. Every play includes a randomly generated multiplier that increases all non-jackpot prizes up to 10 times. That means bigger prizes overall with non-jackpot prizes ranging from $10 to $10 million. More Mega, more millions. Tickets cost $5 and the drawings are still Tuesdays and Fridays. Please play responsibly.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Happy Father's Day. Red Sox taking on the Yankees, going for the series sweep against New York. It is a beautiful day here in Boston. We deserve it with the recent weather not being all that great. We got a great pitching matchup today with Max Fried on the other side and Brian Bayo trying to overcome his day game demons and trying to take down the Yankees and secure a series sweep for the Red Sox against the Yankees. This was a cool touch from the Red Sox today, too. They replaced their nameplates in the clubhouse with players' dads' names. It was awesome to see, and all the nameplates in blue as well. So obviously a part of today and what today means, and it's a perfect day. Baseball and Father's Day being brought together. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles Ford from America for America. Before we get to that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
And without further ado, here's the Red Sox manager with Will Fleming.
Father's Day at Fenway, a chance for a 3-game sweep over the New York Yankees here in the dugout with the manager, Alex Cora. And these have been a fun few days, Alex. Your team is really playing well, and it counts extra against the Yankees.
Yeah, I think we're doing a good job. We've been playing solid baseball for a while here. And it starts with pitching. We've been talking about it the whole time, Will, right? Like, if we pitch, we're going to be okay. It started with the outing with Crochet in New York, although it wasn't his best one, but he went deep into the game. Hunter did an outstanding job, and then we continue doing good things from the mound. We have played good defense. You saw the game yesterday. Marcelo played great at third base. KC made some plays. Trevor has been amazing. And little by little, we're feeling it. And, I think this place has changed too. The energy that Fenway has brought the last few days has been amazing. So hopefully we can continue tonight and win this game.
I'm a proud dad because Marcelo just walked in here, and I told my boys to shut up next to you. And he was dying to tell Marcelo how great those plays were at third, because they really were, Alex. I mean, you played defense in a way this last week that you really haven't. It's been super impressive.
Yeah, and I think everything goes from the mound, right? When you have good pitching, good tempo, you're on your toes and you're making plays. And the 2 plays he made yesterday, man, that was beautiful. I joke with him like, hey, don't panic, please. When we're playing defense. But we talk about it the last few days. When you talk to him, the idea of a good player for him is a good offensive player, a good defender, and a good base runner, and he does all of them well.
Dobbins, I mean, look, I know you've not taken a deep dive into what's been going on, but I find it so impressive. Just the pure stuff is great. He attacks, but to be able to block out all the noise on national TV and do what he did, that was a really, really important outing.
Yeah, I think if you go back to his first one, he grew up a lot, right? Sunday Night Baseball, opening the opening series here, home opening series here, and he did a good job against the Cardinals. He was first and second. I think it was 1 out. We put a pick on. He gets it. So he was able to slow down the game right, there. And throughout the season, he's been amazing. He's been really good, pounding the strike zone. Yesterday, he got a few swing and misses. He got a few strikeouts. The repertoire is getting bigger. Yesterday he threw a little two-seamer to righties to keep him honest. His fastball played yesterday. He was throwing hard, and he didn't get caught up with this whole thing. He was going pitch by pitch. He was actually very upset that he wasn't throwing first pitch strikes, and he made the correction, and it's been fun. He'll be ready for his next one. I think it's on Friday in San Francisco.
Impressive for a young pitcher facing a team like the Yankees a second time. It was more spin. As you said, he introduced that sinker. What does it tell you about a young guy being willing to maybe sometimes go into uncharted territory against a team like that?
Yeah, it's the whole thing about, feeling comfortable to be comfortable during the game. And, they do such a good job in between starts, in the bullpen, in the video room, just looking at the numbers and trying to make these guys better. And we've seen it with Brian, right? Like, we have struggled to get the changeup, but the four-seamer is better, the sinker is better, the slider is better. So we're going to keep working to improve. But on day game, what you have is what you have. Don't try to do too much. This is working. We're going to use it, and I think Darwin's did an amazing job.
Talking about Bayo, he had one changeup last time. It was 88 miles an hour, sort of like a throwback pitch for him. It's been 90, 91. You talk about the progress with his other stuff. Do you expect maybe some lefties in this lineup? Could the changeup feature a little bit more prominently here today?
I mean, all depends how he's playing, and we get all the information throughout the game. So if it's a good one, we'll use it. If it's a bad one, we'll use it another start. But I think he's done a good job with the four-seamer. He's done a good job with slider, and the two-seamer is playing.
But overall, wasn't that his best one? I mean, in terms of mentality, attack mode, didn't that last start look the most like him we've seen in a while?
I believe so. He actually was more aggressive in the strike zone, and I think that's the story of his short career, right? When he's pounding the strike zone, he induces to weak contact. He actually can get some swing and misses, but he has to work ahead, and he did that in the last one.
You played a hunch with Rob Refsnyder leading off these last couple games, and he just keeps paying it off. I mean, what can you say about this guy? He's such a pro. I know it's primarily against lefties, but he gives you great at-bats against everybody. How about a guy who, with all the young guys coming up, everything's swirling around him, when you put him in there, he just delivers?
Yeah, and it's something that I've been thinking throughout the season, but we didn't have the personnel, right? And now that we have to protect certain people, it makes sense, and I think, maximizing Ref and Romy, they're going to hit in the first inning, 1 and 3, and then they have to make a decision later on if they're going to bring a righty for Ref. Then we have a lefty, and then Rafi faces a righty. Duran is hitting fifth. Roman is hitting fifth. We got him in between two righties, and we protect them. So maybe too late for this, I don't know, but I think we were doing well against lefties, and then we struggled, right? And it was time to make the decision and the change. But it was more about the roster, and he's one of the best. He prepares just like Romy. What Romy did yesterday, right? He put some two good at bats, and then he drove the ball to right center. We're good. We're more versatile now than we were probably 15 days ago, and it's paying off.
You're going to protect Marcelo and Roma today. Max Fried is one of the great left-handers in the game, but you've not been afraid to put them in late. I mean, as hitters and for defense as well. What is it about them? Because young players, that's not easy to come late out. You're cold, and it's some great bullpen arms. What is it about them that gives you the confidence to do that?
They have to learn. And throughout player development, they never done that. They never done it, and that's something that we have to be better as an industry, and the Red Sox too, right? We have to prepare these guys to what's coming here, and they're going to come in to play defense. They're going to pinch hit. They're going to pinch run, and we trust everybody. You know how we manage here, especially the last few years. When we have the right pieces, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to move them around. We're going to use everybody. Hammy right now, he's not getting at bats, but that job is probably the toughest one in baseball, because when they hit a ground ball to second base after the 7th inning when he's playing, we expect him to make the play. If he doesn't, it's on him, right? And it's not an easy job, but they're prepared. The coaching staff, they do an amazing job. I truly agree with Dave Martinez. No, I'm just kidding. But preparation is very important, and I think the I think it really helps the group because you have to be locked in the dugout. You have to pay attention to what's going on because at any given moment, we're going to call your number and you have to be ready.
You got the blue socks, blue shoes, Father's Day. You lost your dad young. This is my first Father's Day without my dad. You are a father of twins. You got a beautiful daughter who just graduated college. What does this day mean to you?
It means a lot. I think sometimes we go through this process, right? Like, man, mad at life because, I lost my dad when I was 13, But at one point in my life, I was like, you know what? I was blessed to have my dad for 13 years, and to spend at the ballpark is perfect. That this is what we love. This is what we do. The family's going to be here. The boys are going to be here. And wherever they are right now, they're very proud of you and me. And, I think they love the fact that we're going to be at Fenway Park playing against the Yankees and hopefully have a happy flight to Seattle.
I appreciate it so much. Thanks, Alex.
Always, bro.
Really good stuff there from Alex Cora and great chat there with Will Fleming. Let's get you today's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Here is Alex Cora's lineup on Father's Day. It's Rob Refsnyder once again getting the start and batting leadoff against the left-handed pitcher. It's Max Fried going for the Yankees today, but Rob is out in right field. Rafael Devers in the 2 spot, the DH. He is one extra base hit shy of 500 in his career, so something to watch out for today. Romy Gonzalez, who has mashed left-handed pitching, he is at first base, batting third. Trevor Story, the shortstop, cleaning things up. He's had a really nice June, hitting .319 this month. Abraham Toro bats fifth. He is at third. Jaron Duran bats sixth. He's got a .611 OPS against Southpaws this year, so that's why he's down in the lineup once again. He's playing in left field. 7, 8, 9 looks like this for the Sox. Cedon Rafael in center, Connor Wong the catcher, and then it's Christian Campbell rounding out the 9 as the second baseman. So as you heard me rattle that off, you obviously took note. No Marcelo Meyer, no Roman Anthony in the lineup against Max Fried here today. On the other side, for the Yankees, Trent Grisham leads things off in center. Ben Rice bats second at first. Aaron Judge, who was held in check yesterday. He ended up going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he's struck out 10 times now in 5 games against the Sox this season. So the Sox have had his number on the pitching side of things, outside of some home runs here and there, obviously the big one on Friday, but they have induced a lot of swing and miss. Cody Bellinger, he bats cleanup. He's in right field. Jazz Chisholm at third base bats fifth. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, bats sixth. 7, 8, 9 looks like this. Jason Dominguez in left. J.C. Escarra, the catcher, and Oswald Peraza rounding out the 9, with Brian Bayo getting the start for the Sox, 2-1, 3.96 ERA, making start number 9 in his young career against the Yankees. And then again, Max Fried, who is 9-1, 1.84 ERA, best earned run average in the American League. He's also 12. The Yankees are 12-2 in his 14 starts, but he gets a ton of run support. So that's what makes Brian Bayo's job even more important, to pitch well enough to allow the Red Sox to grab the early lead. And when they do that, they obviously win more games than not. 23-9 when they score first here in 2025. When we come back, we'll get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. And then on top of that, we'll also get you a quick Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well. Sox Yankees on Father's Day at Fenway Park. First pitch coming up in about 25 minutes. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com. So you're already planning the next one. Book your room with fine hotels and resorts through Amex Travel and get an upgrade when available, plus guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout. So you have time to check out the pool before flying off to what's next. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/with Amex CST 1022318.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18 plus. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app. America's fastest growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you can expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, new customers can use code BONUS50 at sign-up to receive a bonus bet voucher equal to 50% of their initial deposit, up to $50. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio as we get you set for Red Sox and Yankees. Red Sox going for the sweep. They're going for their 5th consecutive win as well, which they have done once this year. That was from April 2nd to the 6th, in which they took 2 against the Orioles and then swept that series against the Cardinals. This team has not been consistent, though, all season long, but they're playing much better baseball, having won 6 of their last 7. Let's get you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen for that during the broadcast today. Our question on @SoxBooth: when Wilyer Abreu returns, should Cedon move to the infield? And the options are yes, move to the infield, no, keep him in center field. And that will be an intriguing question of what this team does when Wilyer Abreu ends up coming back from the IL. Here's the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. I'm going with Trevor Story recording a hit and an RBI in this one. He's hit .319 in 12 June games. I'm liking the matchup here. Another left-hander on the mound. He hits lefties well, and he's been swinging it really well this month. So it's obviously a tall task with Max Fried on the other side, but that's what I'm going with. Let's get you a quick Subaru of New England scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. 1 game in progress. Tigers Reds tied at 2 in the top of the 5th inning in Detroit. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Good job with Zach Coe back at the flagship. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Will Fleming and Sean McDonough have Red Sox and Yankees coming up next from Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey there, I'm Cadet Como with Massanutten Military Academy. You can lock in a summer of adventure, growth, and opportunity for your child with MMA's Summer Star program. So enroll today by calling 540-459-2167 option 1 or visit our website, militaryschool.com.
Celebrate the start of summer and halfway to Christmas together at Santa's Village in New Hampshire's White Mountains in late June and early July. Enjoy New England's top family theme park and coolest water park all in one, where the start of summer and halfway to Christmas unite for memorable family fun at Santa's Village.
Santa's Village, your joy family.
Attendance is limited each day, and tickets are only available online at santasvillage.com. That's santasvillage.com.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ronald McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
Your dream getaway
Welcome in.
starts at the airport. With Amex Platinum, you get access to the Centurion Lounge where you can find space to send off that last work email, fill up on premium dining, and finally, relax for up to 3 hours before takeoff. You might even wish your layover could last just a little longer.
Flight to Mexico, now boarding.
Oh, that's me. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. For more information, visit americanexpress.com/withAmex.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash and product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Novo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov, the Department of Veteran Affairs, Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Sean McDonough and Will Fleming.
Good afternoon and welcome to a glorious Sunday afternoon at Fenway Park, where today the Red Sox welcome the New York Yankees and look for a sweep of their 3-game series. The Red Sox have won 6 of 7. They're rolling their 3 series wins in a row, the best mark of the season. And today they'll send Brian Bayo against one of the great pitchers in the American League, the left-hander Max Fried. Along with Sean McDonough, I'm Will Fleming. Peter Gammons is here. Baseball Hall of Fame writer. He's throwing out a first pitch to the Red Sox, commemorating his wonderful work supporting scholars and young kids throughout the Boston area. Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, and David Hamilton come out to receive those first pitches. But, Sean, all eyes on the field today. The Red Sox have a real opportunity here. They've built major momentum starting last week in New York and a chance to sweep these New York Yankees. It will not be easy with Max Fried on the mound, but what a statement it would be if the Sox could take all 3.
It sure would. I think this will be the toughest because Fried is the toughest of the 3 starting pitchers they will have faced in the series against the Yankees. He's had a marvelous year. He's leading the American League in ERA at 184 and wins with 9. Those are the most important things. Winning percentage with his 9-1 record. He's among the league leaders in whip and strikeouts. And talking to Aaron Boone, the Yankee manager, before the game about him, he loves everything about him. His competitive fire, his intelligence. He's blended in very quickly and become a very well-liked teammate. Aaron says he's a sponge in terms of when you offer him some suggestions, and he doesn't need a lot of help. With his talent, he absorbs all of that as well. So it's going to be a tough task. The good news is Brian Bayo's pitched well lately for the Red Sox.
Indeed, he has. Now time for the national anthem, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming. See you there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, that is about as good as you can sing our national anthem. Michelle Brooks Thompson. And Sean, we've talked about this a little bit this weekend. It doesn't matter what the records are, where you are in your life, what's going on. When you sit in this ballpark and hear that song sung beautifully with the Red Sox on the first base line, the Yankees on the third base line, I know you've done Stanley Cup Finals, you've done World Series. There's something different about this rivalry, and I know that you feel the adrenaline that I do right now. This is one of those special times on Father's Day, a Sunday in mid-June, in the greatest city in the world, the Red Sox and the Yankees.
I don't know if I could say it any better than that. It really is a slice of Americana, and it's just great to see so many dads and their sons out here today. You have your two boys here today. You know, it was great to spend time with Bailey and Charlie here in the booth. They are the vice presidents in charge of ice cream today here at Fenway Park, and they're doing an excellent job, and they're very blessed to have such a wonderful and loving dad like you.
Thank you so much, Sean. I mean, it's a lot quieter in our booth now, which is a good thing, but...
Well, we're used to it because, you know, we had 40 years of the Castiglione family on Father's Day and every other day, which is part of what makes Joe the great man that he is, tremendous husband and father and grandfather, citizen of our community.
Well, and how cool is this? Clay Buchholz just received a first pitch from his son, right? And Clay, who was awesome through a perfect game in AAA, through a no-hitter in the big leagues, and now, can you imagine the flipping of the script to be behind home plate at this place and catch a first pitch from your son? And that is, in so many ways, what today is about. The Red Sox are trying to sweep this series. They get a chance to get above 500, but so many dads and sons are here today, and it's a really special thing.
And here are the lineups that they'll be watching today, brought to us by Morgan & Morgan for the Yankees with 2 losses in a row, 42-27. They start the day now with a 4.5 game lead over both Toronto and Tampa Bay in the American League East. The Red Sox have moved out to 7.5 games back of the Yankees as Boston got back to 500 with that win last night. The Red Sox at 36-36. Trent Grisham leads off for New York. He's in center field. Ben Rice is at first base. Aaron Judge will be the DH today, and he'll hit third. Cody Bellinger back in the lineup as the cleanup hitter. He is in right field. Jazz Chisholm plays third base. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, bats sixth. Then it's Jason Dominguez, who made a huge mental mistake last night, a base running snafu that cost the Yankees in the late innings. He's once again in left field. J.C. Escar will do the catching, making his first appearance of this series. He's hitting 8th. And Oswald Peraza will be the second baseman and hit 9th. They have Max Fried on the mound with a 9-1 record and a 1.84 ERA. For the Red Sox, Rob Refsnyder in there again. Why wouldn't he be? He's been terrific, leading off for the 3rd game in a row and playing right field. Rafael Devers is the DH. Romy Gonzalez will hit 3rd today against the lefty Max Fried. Romy's playing first base. The red-hot Trevor Story put into the cleanup spot by Alex Cora today. He's the shortstop. Abraham Toro is the third baseman. Jarren Duran in left field. He's hitting 6th. Devers and Duran, the only 2 left-handed hitters in the starting lineup against Fried. Then it's Cedon Rafaela hitting 7th. In center field, Connor Wong makes his first appearance of the series behind the plate and hitting 8th, and Christian Campbell is the second baseman batting 9th, with Brian Bayo on the mound, 2-1 with a 3.96 earned run average. The umpires out at home plate exchanging lineup cards. Luis Rojas, the Yankees third base coach, out there representing the Bronx Bombers, and Ramon Vasquez, Red Sox bench coach, out there for Boston. The home plate umpire today is Chris Conroy, the crew chief, with Brennan Miller at first, John Tumpane at second, and Jeremy Rayhawk at third. And a nice day here at Fenway Park. It's been a little bit of everything this spring, a lot of it not very good, but today is still a little bit cool, but partly cloudy. The sun's been in and out, and a very comfortable day. The temperature expected to be in the mid-60s at first pitch.
I'm just on default. I wear a light jacket here to Fenway Park because 95% of the time that's the right play, but it might be time to shed that as the Red Sox in their home white unis on that first base dugout are ready to take the field, led out by Brian Bayo. Not much to report on the injury side, but the Red Sox injury report is brought to you by Catchus Law Group, champions for the injured. More than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. The Sox really could use Cutter Crawford to get back into the mix, whether as a starter or as a long reliever. He's had a couple of setbacks with his knee and recently with his wrist, as the Red Sox try to find a way to get him polished up and back into the mix here. But overall, the Red Sox feel very good about where they are health-wise. Tanner Houck is going to have a rehab in this upcoming week. And Alex Bregman appears way ahead of schedule. And can you imagine if this team keeps rolling the way that they are and they bring Bregman back into the fold?
Yes, Wilyer Abreu is close as well, perhaps the end of this week when the Red Sox go out on the road trip. And then, it's going to be interesting. We talked a little bit about it last night. What do the Red Sox do with the roster? It's nice when you have some difficult decisions to make because you want to keep everybody up here. And that indicates plenty of talent that should be better than a 500 team. So they've dealt with some injuries as the Red Sox take the field just now. But they've also, despite the injuries, not played as well as they should. But lately that has been changing. And hopefully that will continue to change with a sweep of the Yankees this afternoon. Let's give you the Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Let's look who's protecting this afternoon's starting pitcher, Brian Bayo. Jaron Duran's in left field. Cedon Rafael at center. Rob Refsnyder is in right field. Abraham Toro, the third baseman. Trevor Story at short. Christian Campbell at second. Romy Gonzalez is at first. And Connor Wong is behind the plate. Red Sox defensive alignment brought to you by the Baldwin Group. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group protecting the possible. It's been a pretty well-played series defensively by the Red Sox, but they've still committed 23 errors over their last 18 games, and they're now tied for the major league lead in most errors with the Colorado Rockies with 63. Brian Bayo taking his warm-up tosses as the sun for the moment is coming out from behind the clouds. The lights are on here at Fenway Park. Brian Bayo 2-1 through 10 starts in 52 in the third innings. He's given up 23 earned runs on 56 hits. Walked 25. That's the number he would like to bring down. 37 strikeouts and an opponent's batting average of 277. Right-handed hitters hitting 258 against them. The lefties 292. Sinker, sweeper, changeup, four-seam, fastball, cutter, and slider. Last outing was on Monday against Tampa Bay. He did not factor in the decision. He gave up 4 runs, 30 earned over 6 and a third innings. Pitched pretty well. Walked 1 and struck out 4. And he has allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 9 of his 10 starts. So they'd like to see more of the same today because they're likely going to be up against a well-pitched game by Max Fried. The Red Sox trying to tie their season-high winning streak by winning 5 in a row. They've won 4 in a row entering this one. And they've also won the last 4 head-to-head against the Yankees. Took the last 2 of the series last weekend at the stadium. And they've taken the first 2 here this weekend in America's greatest city. Trent Grisham is ready to stand in. Bayo's ready to go. And here's the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Thank you so much, Sean. It is wonderful to be with you on this Father's Day as Grisham stands in against Bayo, who's been really good his last couple times. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. That's so important for Bayo. Attack with the two-seam fastball. 1:37 p.m., 64 lovely degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. 1 to Grisham comes in 239 with 13 homers. Bayo throws and a swing and a miss. That is so encouraging. A changeup at 89. It for his life has been his best pitch. He lost it for a year and a half. That's a good one. And it is 0-2. Time and temp sponsored by Hatfield. Better care, better pork.
You're going to have to explain to me what that means. It's 3 days in a row now. I've wondered, what does that mean?
They care for their pigs, and it means better meat. 0-2, that's just a wild guess. Here's the pitch, and it is down and in, a cut fastball. That's a new offering for Brian Bayo. He needs more things that come into left-handed hitters, and he's looked the part his last 2-3 starts. He really has found himself again. 1-2 leading off. This top of the first, the pitch is foul on the third base side. And out of play, it stays 1-2.
Well, you mentioned the temperature very comfortable. A little cool if you're in the shade, the sun in and out. But they mentioned the east wind at 3 miles per hour. That's the early part of the season wind we typically get in April and May. And it's a pitcher's wind, the breeze coming in from right field.
1-2.
Pitch is just outside. Another changeup. That one 90 miles an hour. It seems like the harder Bayo throws the changeup, the worse an offering it is. And I think, Sean, the Red Sox thank their lucky stars for that eastward wind last night. It knocked down a ball that Austin Wells hit in the ninth inning.
It looked like it might change the complexion of the game dramatically.
2-2 is high again into left center field. This thing is not going to get knocked down by the wind. It's going to catch the green off the web sign. Rafaela plays the barehand, throws to second, but wide. Picked out by Campbell. So, after getting ahead with 2 strikes, Bayo gives up a rocket to Trent Grisham. A leadoff double, and here comes Ben Rice.
Yeah, that was a shot to the opposite field. He got a belt-high pitch away and just went with it. And that was an easy double for Grisham.
Judge tonight batting third. It's not really nighttime, but this afternoon he is. So Rice then Judge. Leadoff double, and here is the left-handed Cohasset boy, Ben Rice, against Bayo. The pitch fouled off on the third base side. Cutter at 89. He's thrown changeups, he's thrown cutters, he's thrown sliders. To my eye, most of the time, Bayo is at his best, at least the first time through, when he absolutely leans on that heavy, sinking fastball.
You know, it's almost as if he got a little older and stronger at added velocity. He lost some of the best part of his arsenal.
It's a great point. 0-1 has popped up into shallow center field. The shortstop Story shielding his eyes from the sun. Whoa. And he catches it on his back. Whoa, what a play by Trevor Story. He had no idea where that baseball was. He's got the eye black on, no shades, and it caught him more than he caught it.
He's turning around now, looking up to the scoreboard. Oh. And that's interesting, right? Because it's not a bright, sunshiny day. If anything, it's kind of a gray sky overhead with just a few peaks of sunshine. You wouldn't think that it would be a problem today. I think it might have been lost more against the kind of milky gray sky than it was in the sun.
Here's Aaron Judge. Baby blue bat for Father's Day. He's a new dad with a 4-month-old. He swings and fouls the first pitch off on the first base side. I've said this a billion times, Sean. First base is open. Aaron Judge is at the plate. I don't care that it's early in the game. You cannot make mistakes to him. No score, 1 down. Runner at second for the Yankees. Bayo is ready. The 0-1 is outside, a cut fastball. He's thrown a lot of those early. And it is 1-1. Against Bayo, Judge is only 2 for 14. He does have a double against him, so that sinker tends to play. 1-1.
Red Sox have pitched him very well. Sorry, Will, with the exception of that home run that he hit off Crochet Friday night to tie the game in the ninth.
They absolutely have. Crochet helps with a lot of that. They've struck him out so many times. That was a cutter, and it's 1-2. And it's sort of a catch-22. You want Bayo to attack and feel good about himself, but you just don't want to give in to this hitter. He's that good. 1-2. 1 on, 1 out. Grisham at second. Scoreless game in the top of the first. Bayo is ready. He throws. And a swing and a foul off the hands. Change-up in on Judge. You got to be confident with that pitch against this hitter, and it's 1-2.
He was hobbled just a bit by it, was Judge. Still at 384 despite the relatively quiet weekend. And that is leading the American League comfortably by 15 points.
He leads the world in everything. 1-2. Pitch is a high fastball, 95. And it's 2-2. That revelatory rookie for the Oaklamento Athletics, Wilson, has been unbelievable, but he is no Aaron Judge. And again, nobody is.
Judge has reached base safely in 63 of 69 games this year.
2-2 is a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Cutter strikes out Judge, and the Red Sox continue to handle Judge, and they're 2 away.
Well, terrific pitch. And Judge tried to check a swing that was just off the plate, but it was a swing. Good call by the first base umpire, Brendan Miller.
That is the 7th time the Red Sox have struck him out now in 9 at-bats. Here is Cody Bellinger, left-handed hitter. He takes a sinker high and away for ball 1. Real buzz in the air after Judge retired, wearing that number 99. 2 down. Runner at second in this top of the first inning. Bayo on the first base side of the rubber is ready. The 1-0 pitch. That's a slider that misses outside. Actually, kind of that cut fastball off the plate and away. It's 2-0. You got the left-handed hitting Jazz Chisholm on deck, so I don't think Bayo has a real preference between Bellinger and Chisholm. 2-0 pitch. That's way outside. He lost it a little bit, as Bayo. You would imagine, sort of understandable to have a fall off in adrenaline after you lose a guy, after you put away a guy like Judge. So 3 balls to Bellinger. Play him very much to pull on the infield. Story almost right behind the bag. The 3-0 is outside, ball 4.
Well, you can understand why Bayo was careful. Bellinger 2 for 3 against him with 2 home runs prior to today.
Well, there you go. Therein lies the strategy there. Whereas Chisholm against him, 2 for 7 with a walk. And that speaks to a maturity that has not always been on display with Bayo. I mean, not all walks are created equal. That's a guy who's thinking his way through a game. 2 on, 2 out, no score in the first. Bayo's ready. Chisholm in the left-handed box. The pitch is a ground ball to second. Campbell's got it. He gloves. Throws to first in time. Inning over. That was absolutely marvelous from Bayo. After the leadoff double, great stuff from him. No score. Red Sox facing one of the great pitchers in the league, Max Fried. Refsnyder, Devers, and Romy after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Listen to music, news, sports, and podcasts as you want, when you want, and how you want on the Odyssey app, America's fastest growing audio app. Download it to experience audio using the best features that you expect on all your apps and connect with your favorite trusted personalities, brands, and communities. The Odyssey app is sponsored by Sportsbook Rhode Island. With the Sportsbook Rhode Island app, you can bet on all your favorite sports. So head to the app now, and new SGPs, odds boosts, and special offers. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Red Sox new leadoff hitter against lefties, Rob Refsnyder, leads it off in the bottom of the first against Max Fried. Rob has taken that mantle and run with it. It is a different animal here with Fried. The pitch to Rob is strike on the inside corner. Red Sox were in on Fried. Thought they had a really good chance to sign him. They wanted him and Snell and Crochet. They lost out on Max, and he has become a star in New York after so many great years with the Atlanta Braves. 0-1. Refsnyder grounds it on the left side. The shortstop, Volpe boots it. Rob is running down the line. No throw. And an error begins the bottom of the first.
Yeah, really a routine grass cutter. He had to go slightly to his right, but he botched it. And then when he tried to throw him out. He dropped it again, picked it up with his bare hand. He wound up to throw it, slipped out. By that point, it was going to be too late anyway. But the Red Sox catch an early break.
So here now Devers, who's actually 2 for 6 in his career against Fried. The pitch is a chopper up the middle. It's probably a double play. Volpe steps on the bag at second, throws to first in time. That is disappointing. A little slow chopper in there, 2 away.
Well, if you're Volpe, rather, that's exactly what you want after you just booted one. I mean, it was a very slow chopper, and he was playing up the middle for Devers, so he was close to the bag. I mean, he basically waited for the ball to come to him on a nice hop, stepped on the bag, and that was a very easy 6-3 double play.
This is a tough matchup for any hitter, much less a left-hander, as Romy Gonzalez stands in and takes strike one. As Sean told you, I mean, Max Fried is 9-1 with a 1.84. The Yankees are 12-2 in his starts. He's just been phenomenal. 0-1 is a ball inside. I remember talking to Jeff Francoeur and the people with the Braves last year about how much they adored everything about this guy. To your point, your conversation with Aaron Boone, he just takes it all in, and he's sort of a throwback guy in that he's a true pitcher. It's not just pure stuff. 1-1 is inside.
Well, that's what Aaron Boone was saying. You know, his fastball can be anywhere from 90 to 98, depending on what he wants to do with it, and it moves all over the place. And he has a wide variety of all the supplemental pitches as well.
He's got 2 outs with 6 pitches. 2-1 to Romy. The pitch is lined down the right field line. That is sinking away, and that is going to be extra bases for Romy. He rounds first. He's going to head to second. He's thinking 3. The throw will not be nearly in time. Romy a head-first slide. It's a 2-out triple, and Gonzalez just keeps on doing it against lefties.
Well, terrific job. He went with the pitch and hit a line drive. The Red Sox manager Alex Cora coming out to check on Gonzalez. He's still down on one knee on the third base bag. I think he might be bleeding. I wonder if Chisholm stepped on him on the slide in there, because they're signaling to the Yankee
or did he take
dugout
a
that they'd
face
like
plant
a towel
on the slide? He went into head first. I think he hit his nose on the ground when he went into the bag.
Oh, good call. Yes. Oh my gosh, he did. And he's still, I don't mean to laugh, but he basically did faceplant himself. He's actually lucky he's safe, because he went into the slide too early. His face bounced right into the ground. He had both hands in front of him, continued the slide and got there, but he bloodied his own nose, and now he's having a laugh about it with Kyle Hudson, the third base coach. And I have a feeling on your long flight to Seattle this evening, that might be the topic of some good-natured ribbing from some of his mates.
Including me.
Yes. I mean, yeah, he just basically went diving head first, and he slammed his own nose into the ground.
So it's not only the nose, but it is that upper lip, too. And he's
literally,
laughing.
It almost cost him. He could have been out by a nose if the throw had been there just a little bit quicker, the relay throw from the second baseman Peraza. The right fielder Bellinger didn't take a great angle on that. I think if he had read it better off the bat, he could have taken an angle which he might have been able to stop it from going into the corner.
I agree with that.
But he might have played a single into a triple. He had no chance to catch it.
But how wonderful has Romy Gonzalez been against left-handed pitching?
Well, it's nice, right? The roster versatility. You get guys like Gonzalez who can play a couple different positions, hit up and down the lineup. As you've said many times, he's a really solid player, and he continues to contribute.
And now Trevor Story a chance to give the Red Sox a lead. He did that last night. No score. Romy at third with 2 down in this bottom of the first. Fried is ready at the belt. He throws, and Trevor takes a ball. Fastball low. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Story in June, batting .319. Wonderful to chat with him last night. 1-0 is a ball. Good take there, curveball. That's a pitch he's chased at times. Really comfortable, easy take, and it's 2-0.
First triple of the season, by the way, for Romy Gonzalez, and just his 5th in the major leagues.
Trevor's 3 for 7 with 2 homers against this pitcher. 2-0 the pitch is looped in a shallow left field, and that is down for a hit. The Red Sox take the lead. Romy and Story combine for a 2-out rally, and it is 1-0 Red Sox.
I was just about to say, you have to take advantage of your opportunities against Max Fried, and they did. Story remains hot, and you were going as he's going. You benefit sometimes as well because he didn't hit it hard. It was a little looper. He got a 94-mile-an-hour pitch in on the hands and got just enough of it to get it over the head of the shortstop Volpe as he went running out into shallow left field.
So here's Abraham Toro batting from the right side as Trevor gets the sliding glove on. I think he might consider it here. I mean, you got the lefty Fried. Ascara is very good behind the plate, catch and throw for the Yankees. That is so big, and now Romy Gonzalez is getting tended to in the first base dugout. Toro, 316 with 5 homers. He swings and misses at a fastball, and it is 0-1. I mean, think about it. In the end, you do sort of cash in on the misplay by Volpe. The Red Sox feel like against Fried, as you said, Sean, you just got to slip through every crack he offers, and they do it here in the first. The pitch is outside, a changeup, and it is 1-1. Trevor's got the oven mitt on the left hand.
11 stolen bases for him without being caught, so if you think you have a chance to steal, you might want to try, but it's tough against the lefty pitcher, and they like Ascara as a catcher and thrower.
1-1 is grounded foul outside of third. Well, a good job by Bayo in the top of the first to work around a leadoff double. Fried in his last 8 starts, 7-0 with a .83 ERA.
That's after a loss.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what you want with your ace. Be the stopper. Make sure that losing streaks don't continue.
1-2 is strike 3 call. Man, that's just a nasty curveball. Totally froze Toro on the outside corner, and the inning is over. However, Story does it again. The Red Sox take a 1-0 lead after an inning on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast!
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories.
They're listening to us right now.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Shh, they're here.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brian Bayo is on the mound for the Red Sox as we go into the second inning. 1-0 Boston, looking for a sweep as Anthony Volpe takes the first pitch fastball for strike 1. Big time opportunity here for Bayo to get a shutdown inning. He's always a little shaky in these spots. 0-1. Bayo throws, and a ground ball softly hit to first. Romy started to his left, then back to his right. Looking through the bloody nose, he steps on the first base bag, and there's one away. Very nicely done. I really do think that Bayo has turned a corner in this season. Sort of caught in between, and I really like what you said, Sean, where he's grown up, he throws harder, and maybe some of the feel has gone away as the velocity has increased.
And that's the challenge next, right, to match that.
Here's Jason Dominguez. He grounds it to second. Campbell 2 steps to his left. Very calmly gloves and throws to first. How about that? 3 pitches and 2 down.
And good to see those ground balls. We talk about the way when he's at his best, he keeps the ball down, sinks it, and changes speeds, and that's 3 straight ground ball outs.
You know, he's an interesting guy in that he's not really the prototypical modern pitcher. He does not miss a ton of bats. He needs that weak contact. Here's J.C. Escarra batting left against Bayo, and he takes, with a bright blue bat, a sinker low, but called a strike, and it's 0-1. And he's at his best when he gets ground balls. And he did that early in his career. Rather than chasing strikeouts, he can be wonderful when he just pitches to contact. The 0-1 is a little bit outside. Changeup again, 90 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and that's better. A lot of times when you're a strikeout pitcher, obviously, you pile up the pitch count. So you have to throw at least 3 to get a strikeout.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That's a great changeup there. It fooled Escarra badly, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he looks sharp. The Red Sox got a magnificent start from Crochet. Hunter Dobbins was tremendous last night, and now they're hoping Bayo can make it 3 in a row.
To my eye, this looks like a Father's Day blue torpedo bat held by J.C. Escarra. A little thicker in the middle. 1-2. The pitch is just outside. Want to celebrate Father's
bat. When you say thicker in the middle, it's going to be a sportscaster bat, too. Those of us who are
so
a little pear-shaped.
A lot of free grilled cheese over the years. 2-2. Pitch is skied down the left field line, slicing toward the corner. Long run over for Duran. He will not get there, but it's a foul ball. It is so hard to hit a ball foul and not in the seats here down that corner, but somehow Escarra pulled it off. Yankees are waiting. They want a challenge, but the third base umpire said, nope, Ray Hawk, that is foul. They will not look.
Yeah, Scar needed to be convinced. He stood at second base for quite a while, as if he didn't understand the ball had been called foul.
I like the idea that you, as a hitter, when you're running around the bases, think you have a better look than the umpire who's 50 feet away from it.
Well, probably better to be sure than leave and have them tag you out.
Yeah, you can't abandon the bases. And it was foul by, what, 6 inches?
Yeah, as you said, not a lot of room down there. There's been a lot of activity down there along that left field sidewall in this 3-game series.
Especially last night in the 9th inning. 2-2. From Bayo to Escarra. 1-0 Sox the pitch. Soft ground ball on the first base side. Foul. And out of play. Celebrate Father's Day with big savings at Shaw's and Star Market right now. You pack New York strip, steak, and lamb loin chops. Bone in when you use the digital coupon. Steak and lamb loin chops. On sale for Dad. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket on the Red Sox radio network. 2-2 with 2 down. Bases empty. Bayo throws. And that's just down and in. It cut fastball 3-2.
Talking with Aaron Boone about Escarra before the game. They really like him.
Yep.
They liked Narvaez as well. As a matter of fact, he said if Escarra went someplace else and got an opportunity to play more, he likely would take advantage of it as Narvaez did here.
3-2 foul back. Well, we are all very happy that Carlos got another opportunity here.
Yeah, Aaron said he wasn't surprised by, the intangible part of it, the high character, the defensive skills. He did acknowledge that Narvaez has hit better than the Yankee people thought he would. But he raved about Carlos as a guy and as about a player.
3-2 is a ball, I guess a little bit high with a cut fastball, to Escarra. And so a 2-out base runner for the Yankees here in this top of the 2nd inning. I mean, Alex Cora and everybody in the Red Sox front office says the same, right? I mean, he went down to Venezuela, worked on his swing, and maybe made some progress offensively, but nobody saw him being the cleanup hitter for the Red Sox.
No.
Here is Oswald Peraza, he takes cut fastball for strike one.
And that's why you really can't criticize the Yankees for trading him along, because even the Red Sox didn't realize he was going to be this good. Sometimes it's just a matter of opportunity.
I think it's pretty good to baselessly criticize the Yankees. The 0-1 pitch is fouled down the right field line and out of play into the seats.
It's a good problem to have when you don't have room for good players.
It is, and, they talk about it, and it's true. Wells, Ascar, they've got guys in the pipeline, too. They really think, the Yankees do, that they've got the catching side of things really primed up. Oswald Peraza, 163 with 3 homers, 11 driven in. 0-2 with 2 down. The pitch is fouled off. That's a hard sinker from Bayo, 95. 7th batter of the game, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. 617 and then 7 sevens.
Is the 9th batter sponsored? Because this is actually the 9th batter.
0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeouts are sponsored by Glassman and Arbella and everybody we love.
Sir.
Inning is over, 1-0 Sox after an inning and a half on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Late June to early July is the start of summer and halfway to Christmas, and the best place to get into the spirit of both is at Santa's Village in New Hampshire's White Mountains.
Soar like a reindeer on the Midnight Flyer family roller coaster. Cool off with the Joyride water slides. Feed Santa's reindeer and enjoy so much more.
Santa's Village, your toy family song.
Tickets are limited and only available online at santasvillage.com. That's santasvillage.com.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ron McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Jarren Duran leads it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the second inning against the tough, immaculate left-hander Max Fried, who fires a fastball in the outside corner for strike one. Duran has fallen off a little bit offensively, 266, 5 homers, 38 driven in. Sox got a run thanks to Romy Gonzalez and Trevor Story in the first. They lead the Yanks 1-0. Pitch to Jarren, swing and a miss. He's done more of that lately. Now, again, you can't overreact. This is one of the great left-handers in the game, but he pulled off his slider there, and it's very quickly 0-2. By the way, the 50-50 raffle is now over $100,000, $120,000 and $170. Buy a ticket or two as Duran.
That's the Red Sox 50-50 raffle? So you one of those people, you won't buy a lottery ticket until it's the jackpot's a certain amount? Like a few random million isn't enough? Oh, and now it's 100
I would
million.
never take 200. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Duran swings and misses. Fastball in on the hands. Fried has his second strikeout, and there's one away. There's nothing rational about anybody who plays the lotto. But there is a lot of rationality. Play the 50-50 raffle. Come on.
There's not a winner every day?
I guess there's some carryover conditions. So
we'll do it.
120. Let's do it. I don't think we can win.
Do we know how?
Sedan
we're not
a strike
eligible
on the outside corner. I mean, there's a website. There's people going around the ballpark. There's stands.
Yeah, I saw that the other night. Now, that's a good question. I was here as a fan the other night with my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have bought a ticket, and if I won, would it have been a controversy?
I think so. I mean, you could have won. Here's Sedan, who grounds one foul on the third base side. Look, you hadn't, at that point,
I hadn't done a game
signed
yet.
your
Technically wasn't
paperwork.
an
You were
employee.
good. That was the night for you.
I should have done it. That might have been the night.
$120,000 plus. I promise you, throughout the game, we'll share the details about how to actually purchase tickets.
Well, that would be good, because now we have people's curiosity piqued.
Sedan fouls a curveball off. It's still 0-2. Tigers lead the Reds 3-2. Cincinnati has been explosive in that series in Detroit. Orioles won yesterday, hosting the LA Angels, looking to do it again. They lead 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Phillies lead the Jays 1-0 in the third. Sedan takes a ball. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
You know what? You win that 50-50 raffle.
Yeah.
Then you get more than what you need to buy a beautiful Subaru.
It's such a great point. Here's a swing and a miss by Sedan. Fastball at 96. And they're two-away. That's 3 straight punch-outs for Fried. You get the feeling he was so frustrated with the triple from Gonzalez and then the little blue pit from Story that he's really hunkered down. There are actually people, hawkers, walking up and down the aisles with QR codes you can scan to get into that 50-50
They're a little far
raffle.
away for us to do that from here.
I can zoom in with my phone.
You
Here
can?
is Connor Wong getting a rare start. A cut fastball to him, strike one. Well, Carlos Narvaez has been wonderful, but you do have to give catchers breaks. A 1. Connor drives it into right field, sinking, but it'll be caught by Bellinger on the run. And the inning is over. Red Sox, after 2, lead the Yankees 1-0 in the Shaw's N-Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bayo back to the mound. 1-0 Red Sox. To the third we go. It's Trent Grisham for the Yankees. Top of the order and top of the afternoon to the great Sean McDonough.
Well, thank you, Will. Great to be with you and the Fleming family among the sellout crowd here at Fenway today. Red Sox leading 1-0. And as Will said, Bayo facing the top of the order. Trent Grisham leads off. And the first pitch of the inning is a fastball just outside. Grisham doubled off the wall in left center to start the game. Wound up being stranded as Bayo worked out of the first inning jam. Ben Rice on deck, and then Aaron Judge. Bayo winds and fires, and that one drifts outside as well, and 90-mile-an-hour changeup. That's the Herb Chambers batting order for the Yankees. Sponsored by Herb Chambers, Mercedes-Benz of Boston, Mercedes-Benz of Sudbury, and Flagship Motor Cars of Linfield. The 2-0 pitch. Grisham squared as if to bunt and took a pitch just low. Sinker at 95. He's a left-handed hitter. Red Sox play him to pull in both the infield and the outfield. Sun back out from behind the clouds, and there's a knee-high strike on 3-0. Another 95-mile-an-hour sinker from Bayo.
Thank you for putting up with the added volume and chaos in the booth before the game.
Oh, your sons are great. And it's entirely appropriate. They should be here with you on this special day. There's a bunt down the third base line, foul. We mentioned the Red Sox playing the pull. Toro way off the line. Ordinarily, the shortstop would be where Toro is positioned.
I've told you this a few times, Sean, but one of the things that makes me enjoy this season more than others is that so many guys on this Red Sox team just voluntarily came up to my sons when we were in the dugout before the game.
There's a pop-up along the third base line. The wind pushing it into foul ground, and the catch made by Toro near the Yankee dugout, about halfway between the foul line and the dugout. And Grisham, after getting ahead 3-0, fouls out to the third baseman.
And it included a lot of young Red Sox players and new guys, like Garrett Crochet walked out and immediately made a beeline. Campbell, Toro, Meyer, Anthony. It is a really easy group to cheer for.
And they're probably sympathetic to your sons for what they have to deal with throughout the rest of their lives. Ben Rice took a strike, cutter on the outside part of the plate.
It's a great point. They're like, we're 70 games into this, and we know what a pain he is.
They were standing out there, those poor kids. The one-strike pitch. Rice fouls one away. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. There's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Did you ever go pump gas and they ask you, are you part of the club, and you feel like, I'm kind of missing out right here? If I just get that app, I'd be saving 23 cents a gallon. The 0-2 pitch is skied out of play to the left.
I've gone electric lately on my
Woogie,
vehicles.
woogie, woogie.
It's electric.
Yes, it is. You have an electric vehicle.
I do.
From one of the many, many, many Herb Chambers dealerships.
I bought it at a Herb Chambers dealer, yes.
Fastball down and in, 1-2 on Ben Rice.
So, I love the people at Citgo. They're wonderful. I don't find myself as often at gas stations. We have one hybrid, one electrical car.
Well, thank you for all you're doing to save the planet. 1-2 pitch, just a little bit low. Bayo thought he had it, started walking off the mound. 1-0 Red Sox. We're in the third. Boston going for a sweep of this 3-game series. The Red Sox trying to win their 5th in a row overall, and their 5th head-to-head against the Yankees consecutively. The pause and the 2-2 pitch is way outside, so full counts to each of the first 2 batters here in the 3rd inning. Bayo's thrown 47 pitches through 2 innings and a third, 29 of them strikes. Off the first base end of the rubber, the pitch is a slicing foul back to the screen. And you'll be away from your beautiful family for a while as the Red Sox embark on a long West Coast trip. 3 games upcoming in Seattle, 3 in San Francisco. You get to see your brother David there, and 3 more in Anaheim. Another 3-2 pitch and a base hit through the right side of the infield. Landed at the back of the dirt between the first and second baseman and skidded on out in the outfield. So Ben Rice is aboard. And the Yankees have their second hit. The hits have been hard to come by for New York in this series. The boos are for Aaron Judge, who struck out swinging. And he tried to check his swing in the first inning. One of 2 strikeouts for Bayo so far. Red Sox leading 1-0. A one-out base runner for New York here in the third. Gonzalez holds Rice at first base. And the first pitch to Judge is a sinker at 97 down and away. Judge leads the majors in batting average, on base, slugging, OPS, hits, extra base hits, times on base, total bases, intentional walks, multi-hit games, and WAR.
That's
among
all?
position players. He takes a knee-high strike. Other than that, he hasn't done anything. 99 hits for Judge, 6th most by a Yankee through the club's first 69 games of a season. They've had some pretty good players in their history. Wow. Cutter right over the heart of the plate for a called strike 2. I think if Judge had a chance, he would have swung at that. That was a hanging cutter right over the heart of the plate, about belt high. 1-2, a short lead for Rice. Big hole on the right side of the infield with Campbell playing up the middle. A swing and a foul ball behind home plate off to our right.
I would not recommend he triple up on that cutter. He did it again. You got to try something else here. I mean, 1-2. Judge is too good a hitter.
Just glad Judge didn't swing at the one before the last pitch, because that had, as my good pal Bob Montgomery, former partner, said, that they had the blinking hit me, hit me, hit me lights.
Was he your first partner?
Well, on the Red Sox telecast,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The set, the 1-2 pitch. He struck him out with a fastball away. So Judge has had the one big highlight in the series of that game-tying home run Friday night in the 9th, spoiling the shutout of Crochet and forcing the Red Sox to win it in the 10th. But other than that, the Red Sox have held him in check. Is that now 8 times he struck out in the series? 3, 3, and 2.
Amazing.
Bellinger took a ball low. Cody walked in the first inning as Bayo pitched very carefully to him, given that in the 3 previous at-bats Bellinger's had against this pitcher, he's hit 2 home runs. Borderline strike on the outside corner with a backdoor cutter. Red Sox leading 1-0, each team with 2 hits. Sun's been in and out right now. Bright sunshine at Fenway Park. The lights are on. The breeze continues to blow in from right. And the pitch, fastball and a good one, inside part of the plate, just above the knees. A called strike 2.
And not only that, Sean, that's 12 strikeouts in the 6 games over this last 9-day stretch
for Judge. For a guy who obviously puts the ball in play a lot with his average and on-base percentage. The 1-2 pitch lined off the glove of Bayo. It rolls toward the second baseman Campbell, who barehands and throws to first, not in time. That's a base hit. Bellinger kind of flipped the ball at the bat at the ball in a protective mode with 2 strikes on him. It was down and away. He still managed to hit it hard. It hit Bayo off the glove if he was falling off the first base side of the mound. Ricocheted toward Campbell. By the time Christian could barehand it and throw to first, he didn't have a play. So Bellinger has a hit. And Andrew Bailey, the Red Sox pitching coach, is going to the mound now to talk about the approach with Jazz Chisholm on the play. Ben Rice went to second base for the Yankees, and the entire Red Sox infield is part of the conversation on the mound. Gives us time for the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day, our Twitter/X poll. Today's question at Sox Booth on Twitter X is, when Wilyer Abreu returns, and that could be apparently as early as Friday as he comes back from an oblique strain, should Ceddanne Rafaela move to the infield? That's our New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together, let's drive. So we hope you'll participate and offer your opinion. Red Sox definitely have some decisions to make upcoming. Jazz Chisholm steps in, left-handed batter. Grounded to the second baseman Campbell to end the first. He stranded 2 in that inning. Bayo hoping he does it again. Bryan comes set. Number 66 fires a breaking ball down and in, backhanded by Connor Wong. A lot of pitches for Bayo. He's up to 59 already, still in the 3rd inning. So it's likely the Red Sox will get into the bullpen perhaps earlier than they might have hoped. The 1-0 pitch, good changeup, and Chisholm was way out in front of it. Red Sox have gotten deep starts in both games in this series. Garrett Crochet very nearly pitched a 9-inning complete game shutout, knocked out in the 9th after the Judge homer, and Hunter Dobbins gave them 6 scoreless innings last night. Fastball up and away, snared by Wong. 2 balls and 1 strike. Chisholm hitting just .215, just off the disabled list. And they have the runner picked off. And the tag made by Toro, and Aaron Boone in disbelief again in the Yankee dugout. 1-6-5 goes the play on Ben Rice. And the Red Sox catch another break and the inning ends. We're in the middle of the 3rd at Fenway Park. 1-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, for the 2nd game in a row, the Yankee base running helps the Red Sox get out of an inning. Jason Dominguez lost track of the number of strikes last night. And now Ben Rice picked off. Strike 1 thrown by Max Fried as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Red Sox batting with a 1-0 lead. Their Herb Chambers batting order is Christian Campbell leading off, then Ref Snyder and Devers. And the pitch is down and inside. And watching the replay of the play on Ben Rice, I mean, he's just taking his lead, and he sort of takes off running toward third base when Bayo's just standing on the mound holding the ball. Bayo spun as if to say, really? What are you doing? 1-6-5, the pickoff caught stealing to end the inning. Christian bounces one over by the Yankee dugout. He's hitting .227, 6 homers and 21 runs batted in.
Well, remember, Sean, it was bad defense and bad base running that cost him in the playoffs, and especially in the World Series. They really are not a good team on the bases at all, and we've seen it this weekend.
I was kind of looking down toward Aaron Boone, wondering if having that kind of thing happen for the 2nd day in a row, he just says, you know what, Ben Rice, you're coming out of the game.
Yeah.
At a certain point, these guys are going to make mental mistakes that are that costly. You know, you need to send a message. You're not going to continue to tolerate it. Fried's pitch bounces way out in front of the plate.
He did that one or two times with Verdugo in that fleeting relationship. Booney is, though, a player's manager. He very rarely does things like that in-game to shine a light on his players.
Because he knows what it's like.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want to be shown up or embarrassed that way. Backdoor pitch. Fried thought that one was a strike. He started walking off the mound.
But I do think it's part of a bigger conversation, Sean. The way to play the game the right way, not taught these days. It's not. It's all
he
about
learned
metrics.
how to play the right way. Obviously, on Father's Day, his dad, Bob Boone, one of the great defensive catchers of all time, stayed in the game as a coach and manager and executive. Foul ball off Christian's foot. Brother Brett Boone, terrific major league player, now back in the game as the hitting coach of the Texas Rangers. Got brought in by Bruce Bochy after they let their hitting coach go early in the year. And Aaron said Brett's enjoying being back in the game. 3-2 pitch to Campbell. Check swinging a foul ball by the Red Sox dugout. Red Sox 1 and the Yankees nothing. Max Fried, first-year Yankee, signed as a free agent, 8 years, $218 million. And they are getting their money's worth, if that's possible, when you pay that kind of money. Off-speed pitch, and he just did get a piece of it. Did Campbell, a curveball, fouled behind home plate.
Well, that's the way ESPN feels about you.
Yes. Though I could live many lifetimes and not get to $218 million. Fried is 31 years old. From Southern California, another foul ball. Campbell's waging a spirited at bat here against this excellent pitcher.
He is. You know, I don't often do this, but every once in a while you think about what that looks like when you're making 40, 50 million bucks a year. Like every 2 weeks, your bank account gets like a net after tax $3.5 million. You
can get by on that. Ball fours down and away. Great at bat by Campbell. Now the Red Sox have the lead man on for the second time in 3 innings. The first time was the first inning when Rob Refsnyder, who's back at the plate now, reached on an error by Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, who booted his ground ball. Campbell leads from first, being held on by Ben Rice. Then the pitch, hard ground ball, base hit through the left side of the infield. Between the third baseman and shortstop, on to second goes Campbell. And Refsnyder just continues to get it done, particularly against left-handed pitching. Each team with 3 hits now. And here comes Rafael Devers. Refsnyder has hit in all 3 games of this series, and he's now 4 for 7. Devers grounded into a double play his first time up. He had a chopper right over the mound. Volpe turned it into a 6-3 double play. First pitch to him is a fastball high at 98. Sun back behind the clouds now. Devers asked for time and has granted it. Short lead for Campbell, the runner at second, with Volpe, the shortstop, behind him. And the pitch, hard ground ball down to third. Chisholm goes to the shortstop, Volpe, and they turn a double play. 5-6-3. So for the second time in as many at bats, Devers bounces into a double play. And now it's Campbell alone on the bases at third with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars who were honored here over the weekend. Learn more at bidmc.org.
Romy Gonzalez looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Right now, fully red bridge of his nose after that faceplant slide.
And the first pitch to him is down and in. If you're just tuning in, Romy sent one down the right field line into the corner for a triple. He went sliding into third base head first. and he slammed his own face into the dirt, actually began sliding a little too early, face planted himself in the dirt, and then was safe reaching for the bag with two arms extended, but then required medical care for a bloody nose. Had a good chuckle about it. He takes a breaking ball in the dirt and a good block by Escara with the runner at third. You see, it's amazing. We talk about this a lot over the years, how so many major league players just can't slide. But that ranks among the worst.
You say a little too early. That's like saying you've had a little hair loss.
Well, you're right. It's amazing. If I slid like that with my nose, it would have dug a hole to China. But it's amazing that he almost made it to the bag with as much face drag as he had through the dirt. Expression you don't usually use when broadcasting a baseball game. Pitch is down and in to Romy, who's apparently got an even better eye with a busted up nose. 3 balls and no strikes. Romy is 6 for 16 in the last 5 games against the Yankees. And he takes ball 4. So a busted nose and a good eye. And the Red Sox have 2 men on now with 2 outs, 2 walks in the inning. But the double play ball looms large, and Matt Blake, the pitching coach, is going to the mound for New York. Gives us time to give you the league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. And as they visit with Max Fried, we can tell you that he started the day with a 1.84 ERA, best in the American League, a league-high 9 wins all by himself. 81 strikeouts to start the day. He's added 3 to that today, which means he's 8th in the American League in strikeouts. He started the day 5th in whip at 0.93, 6th in opponent's batting average at 198. And yet the Red Sox have the lead 1-0 in a series in which runs have been hard to come by on both sides. Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining, at drainsbyjames.com. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes. Campbell bluffs down the line, and all across New England, around the world, people listening to this broadcast, they're young folks asking their dad, "Daddy, did he really just say poop on the radio?"
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Story blooped a single in the left to drive in the only run of the game. He swings here and fouls one into the mid of Escara. And it's a quick 0-2 hole for Trevor Story, who's been a hot hitter, all 3 in this series, 4 for 9 now. And he's hitting .333 in June after a 158 May. Red Sox trying to add to a 1-0 lead. They're batting in the 3rd. Fried working out of the stretch. Tall left-hander, 6'4", slender, 190 pounds. From Santa Monica, California, now lives in Henderson, Nevada, just outside Las Vegas. 0-2 pitch is up and away. His only loss was at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Didn't pitch well, gave up 6 runs in 5 innings on 8 hits, all of them season high. Talking to the great Susan Waldman before the game, she thinks the fact that he's from L.A. and a lot of friends and family there might have been a little bit of a distraction that helped take him off his game. He bluffed a throw to first and got Gonzalez diving back in without a throw. Christian Campbell, the runner at third. 2 outs. And a 1-2 count on Story, right-handed batter with a big open stance, and that's strike 3. A tantalizing off-speed curveball dropped in for a called third, and that ends the inning. Red Sox strand a couple. They've left 3. After 3, Boston 1, New York 0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay.
Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads in our listening audience today. We hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Red Sox leading 1-0 as the Yankees bat in the 4th inning. Jazz Chisholm takes a strike. He was up there when Ben Rice was picked off, ending the New York 3rd. So it's Chisholm, Volpe, and Dominguez, the Herb Chambers batting order in the 4th against Brian Bayo, who delivers low. We hope you'll visit Herb Chambers BMW of Boston, BMW of Sudbury, and BMW of Medford. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chisholm. Grounded out his first time up. He takes the ball high. And Bayo comes off to the front of the mound to do a little kicking of the dirt with his right foot in his landing spot. His next pitch is going to be his 65th and the 110th pitch of the game total. And it's a ball outside. The 110th pitch was brought to us by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill's proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. 34 great locations around the Northeast. Undoubtedly one near you. 3-1 pitch is ball 4 down and in. Chisholm turned like he was going to bunt and took it back with the pitch in on his feet. So the Yankees have the lead man on for the 2nd time today. Grisham led off the game with a double and was stranded. And here's Anthony Volpe, who grounded out to the first baseman Gonzalez. His first time up. Romy's holding Chisholm at first. Ball 1 is way outside, backhanded by Connor Wong on the outer edge of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Volpe's a right-hand bat. Hitting .248 after his ground out. First time up today. Chisholm can run. He has 10 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. And the pitch is a bounding ball towards second, fielded by Story to Campbell. 1 on to first. Double play on a bang-bang play at first. 6-4-3 goes the Twin killing. 2 outs and the base is now empty. Brad Ausmus, the bench coach for the Yankees, on the phone to their video people. They're not going to challenge it. It looked pretty clearly that Volpe was out at first by a fraction, and he was looking at the Nesson replays. So here's Jason Dominguez, switch hitter, batting left. He takes a drifter outside, a change up for ball 1. He grounded to second his first time out. Been a good sign all day today. Bayo's had the Yankees pounding the ball into the ground. That's when he's at his best. The pitch, good changeup, swung on and missed. 4th inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. The easiest way to get rid of your old car, donate it. Your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Bayo's 1-1. Here's a strike of the knees. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Red Sox leading 1-0. Each team with 3 hits. The Yankees have made the game's only error. They're playing the left-handed swinging Dominguez to pull infield and outfield. Pitch drifts way outside. A cutter that looked like it slipped out of his hand. Matter of fact, Bayo's going toward the back of the mound. Thought he was going to reach for the rosin bag, but he just went back out there and stretched his arms out to the side as if he was taking a minute to compose himself. He comes set, hands up against the letters Red Sox across the front of the uniforms, and he strikes him out with a cutter down and in. Dominguez goes down swinging, and the Red Sox getting their 3rd straight excellent start in this series against New York. We're in the middle of the 4th. Boston 1, the Yankees 0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Late June to early July is the start of summer and halfway to Christmas, and the best place to get into the spirit of both is at Santa's Village in New Hampshire's White Mountains.
Soar like a reindeer on the Midnight Flyer family roller coaster. Cool off with the Joyride water slides. Feed Santa's reindeer and enjoy so much more.
Santa's Village, your toy family song.
Tickets are limited and only available online at santasvillage.com. That's santasvillage.com.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our Heart and Vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ron McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox Herb Chambers batting order as we go to the bottom of the 4th is Abraham Toro leading off against Max Fried. He takes an off-speed sweeper for strike 1. Toro, Duran, and Rafaela coming up here in the 4th. Red Sox leading 1-0. All 3 of those gentlemen struck out their first time around against Fried, who is fan 4. This pitch missed, a changeup. Fried's given up 3 hits. He's walked a couple. Both were last inning. The Red Sox didn't make him pay for that. The Devers double play ball hurt. Changeup again. This one's outside to Toro, switch hitter. Batting right-handed, called out on strikes to end the 1st. Fried fires, and it's up and away. 3 balls and a strike on Toro. Then a low-scoring series. Red Sox won the opener here Friday night in 10 innings, 2-1. And Boston prevailed yesterday 4-3, led 4-0 and held on. That's a hard hit ball, but pulled foul into the seats down the left field line. And a full count now on Toro. We're going to get a check of the Subaru of New England scoreboard with Will Fleming here in the bottom of the 4th.
We are?
That's why I said that, to give you a little heads up. If you get off Twitter and help the cause here. Little fly ball down the left field line. The great John Butchigras from ESPN is listening.
He is?
Yes. And he said he would have loved to have heard Ned Martin read a promo that talked about giving a poop about his pipes. Mercy.
Butchie's awesome.
Well, we miss Ned. My idol growing up. You know, when I thought of that with your kids here today on Father's Day, you know, my dad used to take me to spring training in Winter Haven, Florida when I was a kid. You know, most Red Sox fans grew up idolizing the players of that day, Carl Yastrzemski and Tony Conigliaro, and I certainly did. But I grew up wanting to be Ned Martin and Ken Coleman. And what a blessing that I've had the chance to sit in this seat. Line drive, base hit, just out of the reach of the diving second baseman. Good effort by Peraza. He went diving to his left, but it was hit hard by Toro. And again, the Red Sox continue to get contributions from everybody, including Abraham Toro. Good effort by Peraza. He went hard to his left on the edge of the outfield grass, went in an all-out, fully stretched out dive, and couldn't get it. So the lead man on for the Red Sox again for the third time in 4 innings, but still just a 1-0 lead and a foul ball out of play to the left from Jarren Duran.
Well, as I said to you yesterday, I cannot do too much on Father's Day because it's just a really hard day for me, but I can relate to what you're saying. I mean, we miss our dad so much. This is our first Father's Day without him.
And it's hard. Off-speed breaking ball. And you take a moment. Now you're going to make me cry, though.
Well, he loved all of this so much.
Well, he loved you very much and was enormously proud and still is. Enormously proud of you, as he should be. And not because you're really good at this and you have one of the dream jobs in our business, but you're an outstanding person. Husband and father, citizen. That's what any parent would be most proud of. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and away. Duran strikes out. I guess they don't agree with what I just said about you.
None of that is
BS
true.
detector. No, that 4th inning bell is brought to us by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialists. Request your appointment today or learn more at hackmanwealth.com. And that's HACKMANN, 2 N's. Line drive, base hit into right field by Rafaela. And stopping at second is Toro. That ball came very close to hitting him as he took his lead from first base. It wasn't much inside the first base line. Ordinarily, without a runner at first, the first baseman probably catches that line drive. But Rafaela has a hit. He's 1 for 2 after a strikeout his first time up. The Red Sox have another opportunity against a pitcher like this. We talked about it earlier. You really need to take advantage when you have men on base. Red Sox have had runners in every inning, multiple runners, in fact, in every inning except the second, when Fried retired the side in order. Here's Connor Wong. He takes a ball up and away.
Well, I mean, I know that you remember the time you told your father, the first time you got the Red Sox TV job, how much that meant to you, how much that meant to your family. I had a similar great moment very near the end of my dad's life.
Well, it's a wonderful thing to feel like you've made your dad proud and to know how happy your dad is for you when you accomplish your lifelong dream. And I'm sure that's what you and your dad experienced, the strike at the knees to Wong.
Well, totally. And also, there's 0% chance that I would be sitting here without everything he did for me. 0.
And I would say the same thing. My dad's been gone more than 22 years now. More than 23 years now. 23 and a half almost. And I still miss him all the time, as I'm sure everybody listening out there who's lost their dad.
I think what you said, too, about just the human side of things, how to be a good person, it's the most important stuff.
1-1 pitch, hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Backhand on a short hop by Volpe to second. 1 on the first, a double play. That's the 3rd time in 4 innings the Red Sox have hit a double play, and a nifty play by Volpe It was a smash that short hopped him on the backhand side. And it was an easy double play once he backhanded it because the Red Sox runners had to hold up to see if he would catch it in the air, so they were not moving away from the bags. That's it for the fourth inning. 1-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ronald McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Brian Bayo is on again for the top of the fifth inning. Sox lead 1-0. That's the good news. The frustration, though, the Red Sox have had real chances, 3 double plays, and only a 1-run lead. Bayo has been marvelous, facing J.C. Escarra. The pitch to him is a fastball for strike. On the outside corner, Bayo has now thrown 74 pitches. He's lowered his ERA to 3.67 with 3 really good ones in a row. Packed house at Fenway Park, sun-splashed afternoon. Bayo throws the 0-1, and it is on the ground to the right side, backhanded by Campbell. He plants, he throws to first in time. Very nicely done. Campbell looking more and more comfortable at second base, and there's one down. Escarra, Peraza, and Grisham in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Jaguar Boston, Jaguar Sudbury, and Jaguar Land Rover Sudbury. Here's the right-handed hitting Oswald Peraza. 1-0 Red Sox, top 5. Pitch, foul ball. That was a beautiful sinker, 95 in on the hands. And it is 0-1. I mean, Bayo has walked 3 today, but almost immediately after he's walked hitters, he's made great pitches. Ground ball on 1 pitch in the first, a strikeout in the second, and after a leadoff walk in the fourth, tailor-made double play ball. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. This is the best version of Bayo. That's 96 in under the hands, and it's 0-2. The re-emergence of such a core piece of what the Red Sox hope to be. 0-2. Pitch is fouled back. A cutter that was sort of a hanger there in the middle of the plate, but I think Peraza, guarding against another heavy sinker, didn't have much on it. So it stays 0-2. Bayo into the 5th inning with an out here. Means in his last now 5 starts, which go 24 innings, it's only allowed 9 total runs. But more than that, the numbers really never tell the full story with Bayo. It's more mindset, mentality, body language, efficiency. 0-2. His 79th pitch is coming home. Here it is, and it's a high fastball. 1-2.
I just had a thought as I was listening to you. Stepped out of the booth for a moment. You know, if you haven't come up with a Father's Day gift, why not just swing by Sudbury and get that Jaguar for your dad at Herb Chambers Jaguar?
That's it. 1 and 2 is fouled
Very
off on the
thoughtful
hands.
last-minute gift.
I hope my wife is listening.
You got a decent Jag hanging around we can get for Pops?
What's doing?
They're all decent. They're all great.
More than.
Yeah.
I could use a new ride.
Yes. Well, no. It has to be either electric or a hybrid, right?
1-2 pitch. Here's a little cue shot out in front of the plate. Wong calls Bayo off. He throws to first in time. Electricity there. Inning over. Bayo very nicely done. Through 2 outs in this 5th inning. Thank you, Sean. A little caught up in the emotion of the moment. I was dreaming about the Jaguar.
I don't think you're in luck today because your wife's here. I don't think she's
not
in
shopping
Sudbury
right now.
You know, it's interesting too. Well, it's probably not interesting, but it's like when you start with, this is a great joke. It's never a funny joke. I don't like when people tell a joke and then
right. Under promise, over deliver, right? Here's Trent Grisham from the left side. The pitch to him is down and in. Fastball, ball 1.
So I was here with the group Wednesday night, as I mentioned, including my nephew and one of the people in our group in right field. They have the Build Submarines signage on the grass, painted onto the grass on both sides. And the person asked, like, who buys submarines? Why are they advertising submarines? There are people in the audience here who are going to say, hey, let's go get Dad a nuclear sub for...
One was chopped on the right side. Campbell boots it. That'll be an error on the Red Sox second baseman, and it puts the tying run aboard here with 2 down in
and they're
this
one
top
of our
the 5th.
advertisers, and you explained to me they're actually looking for people to help build the submarines, not to buy them. So that would be an expensive purchase. And then, Dad's going to have to find a place to put that submarine.
Well, I mean, honestly, the way things are going right now in this world we live in, that's not out of the realm. Building apocalyptic bunkers. Why not get a sub? Yeah. Here is the left-handed hitting Ben Rice.
Hey,
swings
Dad,
at a cutter
it's
straight
been
back
a while
on
since
1.
we took that sub for the little loop. Well, how about we go down to Groton and take her for a little spin around Long Island Sound?
I'll never forget the time I sat on Dad's lap and took the sub around.
Took the old sub out there.
0-1. Pitch is down and in. Fastball, and it's 1-1.
And if that sailboat didn't get out of the way, they had no idea what they were in for.
One and 1-0 Red Sox in the 5th. The pitch is skied into left field. This is trouble. Back on to Duran in front of the scoreboard. Leaps and makes the play. Very nicely done. Jarren Duran. The hunt for Red October ends with a fly out to left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Red Sox with Bayo rolling along. 1-0 they lead on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ron McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
Yes, I love this game.
IXL is actually a learning app, but it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
I'm crushing it.
Yeah, you are. He loves the challenge. I love the results. IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Red Sox batting in the bottom of the fifth.
They are indeed, as Christian Campbell leads off. Did you just get off a nuclear submarine?
I was trying to order one online.
We got the website for you.
This pesky process.
Here's Campbell fouling a pitch off on the first base side. Over the Red Sox dugout for strike one. 1-0 Red Sox. A chance at a 3-game sweep on Father's Day. Christian Campbell's father is a high school history teacher down in the Atlanta area. And what a great job he did with this guy. The 0-1 is looped on the ground to second, is backhanded over there and throw to first in plenty of time to get Campbell. And on 2 pitches, Peraza retires Campbell, and there's one away.
Well, it
Kids
feels
and
like a
teachers
lot
are
of
usually great
squandered
people.
opportunity here today for the Red Sox. You know, they've left 4 men on base, and they've hit into 3 double plays in the first 4 innings.
Yep.
You don't ordinarily get that many chances against Max Fried, but they've had them. They just haven't been able to capitalize. And what makes it even more frustrating is Devers, the guy you'd really want up there in a lot of situations, who's hit into 2 of them.
Here's Refsnyder. He drives one foul on the first base side. That's exactly it. I mean, when they struggled early in the year, particularly, the Red Sox were just woeful with runners in scoring position, and they've been much better of late, and they've gotten great starting pitching, and they've done that again today, the starting side of it. But Devers has come up empty. The 0-1, Refsnyder takes a strike. Code word of the game is popcorn.
And you know what? Can you smell the pop?
I can.
I smell popcorn.
They're like piping it in here.
Yeah, there must be a lot of popcorn being sold here today, in addition to submarines and Jaguars. Raffle tickets.
Win $170,000, buy some popcorn at the Jaguars, the 0-2.
What do I have to do with popcorn? Do I enter it in the member portal?
Yeah. Earn your points today. I think you can get in the broadcast booth, on the field for batting practice, any number of things.
That's what you do with your points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Board a nuclear sub. 1-2 to Refsnyder. 1-0 Sox in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch, and it is way outside. I mean, that almost hit the mascot. That's a curveball that slipped out of the hand of Fried, and it's 2-2. By the way, Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. 2-2. Rob Refsnyder's dad, Clint, what an amazing story that is. Adopted from Korea.
Adopted Rob from Korea, yes.
And I've met Clint and Jane many times. They're wonderful people. The 2-2 is low, and Rob is a reflection of them. I mean, think about the risk you take, and the soul that it requires to say, you know what, we're going to go into a country we really know very little about. We're going to bring this baby into our world in Southern California. Here's the 3-2, and Rob pops it up on the infield. Right side, Peraza and Rice look up, and it's the second baseman, Peraza, with the shades on to make the play 2 down. And, I mean, Rob is one of the most delightful people you'll ever be around. He's got a huge baseball brain. Almost everyone who's around him thinks he'll have a future as a manager, a coach, a GM, whatever he wants to do in the game. And it's such a credit to Clint and Jane for taking a chance on Rob and raising him to be just a wonderful man. Here is Raffy, who skies one deep into left field. This thing is way back, and it is gone over the red line. It is out of here for Devers, an opposite field homer. It barely got over the red line. Devers launches, and it is 2-0 Red Sox.
Well, that's a big hit, obviously. It has to make Devers feel a lot better. We said each of the first 2 times he came up with men on base and hit into a double play. Umpires are walking over toward the dugout asking Aaron Boone if they want to challenge this. But it did look live like it made it over the top of the wall.
Definitely gone.
And they're going to take a look at replays. We're starting to see them. Yeah. Yes, it did. It cleared the wall, and then they have that small little shelf up there that kind of protects the fans who are in the front row of the monster seats. Yeah, that's a home run.
Oh, yeah. Anything over the red line. It's a crew chief review. I thought it was off the top of the wall, and it just kept on carrying, as it so often does with Devers.
Yeah, it cleared the wall completely
homer.
and hit that small little mini wall that's in front of the fans.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Home run.
Now that's a huge hit. Now, the way runs have been hard to come by in this series, 2-0 feels like a much bigger lead than 1-0, even though I'm told it's only one additional run.
I've heard that before. They've really
doubled the lead.
Enormous, though, for Devers to do that. He loves Seattle. We'll see what he does tomorrow. But first things first, it is 0-1 to Gonzalez as a sweeper on the outside corner for strike one. 500 career extra base hits.
They'd been stuck on 499 for a couple of days.
A one down and in. You know, that's the thing about him, Sean. He didn't get that ball. He really didn't. I mean, he's just so powerful. It was out off the end of the bat, kind of a clipped high fly the other way, and it just backspun out of here. 1-1. The pitch is a strike, backdoor curve, and it's 1-2. There are so few left-handed hitters, and I'm not sure there are any. Maybe Soto, who can do that. Not square one up and launch. 2-0 Red Sox. 1-2. The pitch is fouled off and on the hands of Romy, and it is 1-2. One of the many delightful irregularities of Fenway Park, that little ledge up there above the left field wall.
But can make it hard on the umpires to tell because the ball comes back so quickly you could almost think it hit the top of the wall.
Occasionally on broadcasters too.
Yes.
1-2. Pitch is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've learned now with Devers, just wait. He has so much power, including the other way. 2-2 to Gonzalez.
Red Sox first homer of this series.
Isn't that amazing? Rumy's tripled today. He swings and fouls it into the mitt of the catcher Escara, and the inning is over. However, Devers goes deep, and after 5, it's 2-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
A spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We go to the 6th inning. Red Sox now leading 2-0. Aaron Judge leads off for New York. against Brian Bayo. And he throws a breaking ball in for strike one. Judge leading off in their Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Land Rover of Boston and Land Rover of Sudbury. Judge, Bellinger, and Chisholm, some big bats coming up. Line foul into the luxury suite level on the first base side.
I wanted to let the theater of Judge take over, but now after a foul, if you want to win free groceries for a year and prices like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, out of the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes.
GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com is how you do that. The ball down and away. Judge held in check again today. Struck out twice more, 8 times in the 3 games in this series. Bayo's allowed 3 hits through the first 5. Breaking ball missed. The problem is the pitch count is starting to run up. He's up to 90 now. His season high is 103. That was 2 starts ago against the Angels here. He's only been over 100 twice. The 2-2 pitch, he struck him out. Well, he mentioned on Friday night, Crochet, the only pitcher who had struck out Aaron Judge 3 times in a game this season. He had done it twice, and now Bayo's the 4th. Trying to remember off the top of my head who the other 2 were. Dave Corris gave us the note, threw the index card away from 2 nights ago. There's 2 other very good pitchers. You have to be pretty good to strike out that guy 3 times in one game.
Well, and it's now the only 4th time in his career that he's struck out 3 times in a game, 3 times in a row.
I don't think all 3 yesterday were against the same pitcher. Ball down and in on Bellinger, who has walked and had an infield single. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Red Sox. No action in either bullpen. Bellinger, left-handed batter, hits a pop-up down the left field line. It's blowing over toward the stands and into the stands.
They were not. It was 2 against the starter Dobbins and 1 from Justin Wilson yesterday. So 4 pitchers, 9 strikeouts. Amazing.
I could probably find out from Dave Corris who are the other pitchers who struck out.
I might
Judge 3 times
that for you.
You might be able to do that?
Yeah.
That would be great. If you'd stop ordering Red Sox 50-50 raffle tickets over there.
Jaguars.
It's the first time Red Sox pitchers have struck out Aaron Judge 8 times in any 3-game span. Bellinger, his dad, Clay, former major leaguer, including time with the Yankees.
You know, Sean, you're such a stickler for that kind of thing, graphics and stats. I got to channel my inner Sean. They've struck him out 9 or more times. Why isn't that the graphic?
That's a good. They probably had the one built with 8 already. Didn't update it. And there's another strikeout for Bayo on a fastball down and away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bryan. Well, Crochet had a shutout into the 9th inning here on Friday night before Judge hit the home run for the only Yankee run of the game. Hunter Dobbins, last night's starter, pitched 6 shutout innings and came out of the game having allowed just 2 hits. And now Bayo working on a shutout with 2 outs in the 6th. And Chisholm hits a little weak foul ball behind home plate with a half-hearted swing. Jazz is grounded to second. He had a bunt single in the 4th inning. He was quickly wiped out on a double play ball that followed off the bat of Anthony Volpe. 2-0 Red Sox in the 6th. The changeup missed a little bit down and away. Mostly cloudy skies now. Sun not a factor. The lights are on. The breeze is picked up a little bit, blowing in from right. And the pitch just missed. A fastball away.
Dylan Cease and Zach Gallen.
That's correct. Well, you know it's correct because you went over and asked Dave.
Yeah, well.
That's why you said it with such conviction.
I follow orders
and
well.
Those are really good pitchers. There's a chopper foul
It's also the most he struck out in a series this year and the second most in his entire career. The other time he had a one-series run, struck out 10 times.
Was that in 3 games? We don't know. It was in the 3-game series. Crowd getting behind Bayo here. Park is jammed today. The center field seats are covered by the black tarp to help the hitters on a bright day. The pitch, fastball, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Chisholm thought it was inside, and he's saying so to Chris Conroy. Bayo strikes out the side in the 6th. After 6, 2-1 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the Red Sox right back after Max Fried. Boston batting with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th, and Trevor Story took a cutter low for ball 1. Story leading off in the Herb Chambers batting order, middle 3rd today, as he's the cleanup hitter with Abraham Toro on deck and then Jarren Duran. Fried pitches, good changeup, slow curveball, and Story way out in front of it. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for Boston. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for New York. And the pitch taken right down the middle, a sweeper. This guy has every pitch a pitcher can throw. But he's behind 2-0, and it could be worse for Max Fried. He has been outpitched today by Brian Bayo. 3 double plays turned behind him. Of course, the pitches help create the double play grounders. No, he turns one over and strikes him out. Trevor goes down swinging at a pitch away. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox. Abraham Toro, the hitter. He is struck out and singled. And he takes a pitch just off the outside corner. Fried trying to work that backdoor curveball again, as he did with success against Trevor Story. The pitch is another curveball that missed outside. Outfield way around toward right for Toro, particularly the center fielder Trent Grisham. And the pitch is a strike. Sinking fastball of the outside corner taken by Toro.
101 pitches thrown by Bayo. He's done. He got a hug from Alex Cora. Bernardino is up in the bullpen.
He was not pitched in a while. Toro takes a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Well, that's a welcome change. I mean, he threw 16 times in the month of May and was just so overworked.
Well, these Starters getting deeper into games now. That helps. Strike 3 called. A sweeper taken by Toro. That's 3 straight strikeouts back to last inning for Fried. He fanned Gonzalez to end the 5th. We're in the 6th, 2-0 Red Sox. And the batter will be Jarren Duran, who has struck out twice.
Sean, if I told you a week ago that the Red Sox would go 6 innings and 6 straight starts, you would not have believed me. It's been unbelievable.
That's the most important thing. You have to get quality starting pitching, particularly if you're going to put winning streaks together. Red Sox trying to win their 5th in a row. A little dribbler foul ball on the ground past Kyle Hudson in the third base coach's box. And I think Jarren broke his back. He's walking back toward the Red Sox dugout. He'll get another weapon. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher. During the 2025 season, the Arbella Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Brian Bayo just struck out the side last inning. He's fanned 7 here this afternoon. And Duran looks at a ball, a fastball that missed. So the Red Sox got 6 shutout innings from the starter Dobbins last night. And they're going to get 6 more today from Bayo. Bounce back to the mound off the glove of Fried. Knocked it down toward home plate and fires to first for the out. Quick reaction by Fried. It was a sharp one-hopper. He batted it down back toward the plate, pounced on it very quickly and threw a bullet to first to get Duran. And the Red Sox go in order. After 6, 2-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Spring day is the most righteous time to invite some friends over, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Brian Bayo back out there to start the 7th inning, pitching with a 2-0 lead. And his first pitch is a strike to Anthony Volpe. On a cutter on the outside part of the plate, Volpe checked his swing. He's a right-handed hitter. Bernardino is still throwing, so likely to come in very soon. A switch hitter, Dominguez, on deck. And then the lefty, Escara, swinging a foul out of play into the roof boxes on the first base side. So that's the Herb Chambers batting order for the Yankees in the 7th, brought to you by Herb Chambers Bentley of Boston, Lamborghini of Boston, and Rolls-Royce Motor Cars of New England. Bayo's up to 103 pitches, matching his season high 2 starts ago against the Angels. The 0-2 pitch is another foul ball back here behind home plate. Volpe is grounded to first, and last time up into a 6-4-3 double play. And more the same day, Yankees had very few base runners in all 3 days. They came here on a roll off a 3-game sweep in Kansas City. Breaking ball missed down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bayo comes set at the letters. Red Sox in the home whites today, and that's a ball just low. Red Sox trying to sweep the Yankees with 3 different uniforms. They had the green City Connect unis on Friday night, the yellow yesterday, and now the traditional home whites with the red letters and blue caps. The 2-2 pitch is hit hard on the ground to short, backhanded by Story. He throws to first in time. Good stretch on the back end by Romy. Didn't need it. It wasn't all that close. Volpe retired, 1 down. And we'll keep an eye on the Red Sox dugout. No movement from Alex Cora, so Bayo will apparently get the chance to pitch to the switch hitter Dominguez, who has grounded to second and struck out. Bayo's handled him well. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Good changeup. He certainly doesn't look like he's faltering, but he's just in a part of the game he hasn't been to this year. 108 pitches with 109 coming up here. It's on its way. It's a pop-up in shallow right, very shallow. A step or 2 on the outfield grass. Campbell, the second baseman, the catch. 2 down. I think everybody appreciate how Alex let Crochet come back out for the 9th. Ordinarily, the errs on the side of not lingering too long with the starter, but Yankees haven't hit many hard balls at all here today against Bayo, and he's right on top of his game still. Pitching now to Escara, the catcher, who's a left-handed hitter, and he takes the ball in his feet. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. The 1-0 pitch is down and in on Escara. He has walked and grounded to second. Bayo has walked 2, but the most recent one was that free pass given to Escara way back in the 2nd inning. He's thrown 111 pitches now, 69 of them strikes. Infield and outfield play. Escara to pull. He takes a strike on the outside corner. A cutter. 2 balls and 1 strike. They have only 3 hits. The last one was a bunt hit. Matter of fact, 2 of them are infield singles. The only really well-hit hit they had was the double to start the game by Grisham off the wall in left center. Slicing foul on the roof box third base side. 2-2 on Escara. I would guess if Bayo can retire him, he'll get a nice hand when he departs, because certainly this is going to be the last inning for Bayo at 113 pitches. Crowd trying to help him. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. A fastball over the outside part of the plate. What an outing by Brian Bayo, who does leave to a standing ovation from those behind the Red Sox dugout on the first base side. 7th inning stretch at Fenway, 2-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Terrific performance for Brian Bayo. 7 shutout innings. Almost certainly will not come back for the 8th, but you never know. With the way Alex Cora has maneuvered the last couple of days at least. Bright sunshine back out. Red Sox trying to pad their 2-0 lead as they hit against Max Fried in the 7th. Swing and a miss at a sweeper from Ceddanne Rafaela, the leadoff batter in the Red Sox Herb Chambers batting order. Connor Wong on deck, and then Christian Campbell to follow. 114 pitches for Bayo, a season high 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits allowed. Swing and a miss. He chased a terrible pitch. And the next step for Rafaela is to swing at fewer pitches, particularly fewer bad ones. He has struck out and singled. The 0-2 pitch is low and away. Why wouldn't you throw another one in the right-handed batter's box if you're Max Fried? See if Rafaela would chase it. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and it's pulled foul past Kyle Hudson behind the Red Sox third base coach. The right-hander Fernando Cruz is warming up in the Yankee bullpen. One-two pitch. He went to pull a pitch away and grounded it foul past third. The legendary stats and information man Dave Corris tells us that 114 pitches by Brian Bayo today is the most by any Red Sox pitcher in a game since 2019. So we say Alex doesn't let it get this far. There is the evidence to support that. Foul ball over to our right. Fried leans in for the sign. He kicks and fires a 1-2, and it's another foul ball. It's another good outing by Max Fried. He certainly hasn't been the problem for New York. The problem they've had is the same one they've had all weekend. They haven't been able to score runs. They've scored 4 so far in the 3-game series. Bouncing ball foul. Another good at bat being put on by a Red Sox hitter, in this instance Rafaela. Fried, a Southern Californian, went to Harvard Westlake High School in Studio City. That is an athletic powerhouse in several sports. One of his teammates was Lucas Giolito. And the pitch is outside. He committed to UCLA, but he was drafted by San Diego in the 7th pick overall in the first round of the 2012 draft and elected to sign with the Padres instead. To short, it goes to Volpe from the outfield grass. He throws out Ceddanne Rafaela. 1 out here in the 7th. And we'll check the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Orioles leading the Angels 5-2. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Baltimore. The Rockies 6 and the Braves 1. That's in Atlanta in the 7th. Marlins ahead of the Nationals in the nation's capital 3-1 in the 7th. Phillies leading the Blue Jays again. Here's a foul ball back toward us from Connor Wong. Phillies 6 and the Blue Jays 2. They're in the bottom of the 6th. The Rays lead the Mets 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th in New York. Twins 1, Astros 0 in the 7th in Houston. The Royals 2, the Athletics 0. 5th inning in KC. Wong swings and misses, and it's 1-2. The Brewers up on the Cardinals 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Pirates and Cubs are tied at 2 at Wrigley in the 6th. Rangers ahead of the White Sox 1-0 bottom of the 3rd in Arlington. In one final, the Reds beat the Tigers again in Detroit 8-4 the final. The rest of the action is later on. Wong took a curveball that was wide. Ellie De La Cruz had 3 runs batted in, scored 3 times in that 8-4 Cincinnati win today. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And the pitch is just inside. Escara held it there for an extra look. Fastball missed. Kind of a slow stroll back to the rubber for Fried. Wong's worked the count to 2-2. Red Sox up 2-0 in the 7th. The pitch, swing and a miss. And a curveball away. Wong strikes out. And Fried has retired 6 in a row now since the home run by Devers that gave the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. It was a solo shot in the 5th. The Red Sox scored the first run of the game in the 1st inning on a Romy Gonzalez triple with 2 outs. He was singled in on a bloop hit in the left by Trevor Story. 2 runs, 6 hits Boston, no runs, 3 hits New York each team. A miscue in the field and a strike into Christian Campbell. Sweeper taken by the young second baseman who was walked and grounded to second. He hits a slow chopper down the third baseline, charged by Chisholm. He double pumps, throws, and still got Campbell by a running step. And the Red Sox go in order. After 7, 2-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. iExcel works for busy kids and busy families like you. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is Bill Hoffman, president of Hoffman's Exterminating, the official exterminator of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've been protecting Delaware Valley homes and businesses from pests for 35 years. We've also had the honor of protecting the region's most iconic brands like Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and the Ron McDonald House. Hoffman's provides quality pest control services with personalized care for both residential and commercial sectors. Visit us at hoffmansexterminating.com.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
So Brian Bayo departs after 7 terrific innings. The bullpen report's brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And first out of the pen today is Brennan Bernardino, the lefty, who hasn't pitched in a while. He's 2-2 in 31 appearances with a .338 earned run average. Alex Cora has inserted David Hamilton in at second base for defense. Christian Campbell comes out, and the Yankees are going to open the 8th inning down 2-0 with a pinch hitter is Paul Goldschmidt, who's coming up to hit the right-handed batter. He's hitting for Oswald Peraza against Berardino. And ready to take you the rest of the way, here's Will Fleming.
Thanks so much, Sean. Great to be with you as always. Paul Goldschmidt facing Bernardino, and a line drive into left field, a base hit, the pinch hitter on one pitch. Rips one into left. Bernardino, who has not pitched in a while, those are words that have not been uttered often this season. He has been an absolute workhorse. Almost 20 outings in the month of May. And really, since the calendar has turned to June, unsurprisingly, he's not been the same guy. Goldschmidt, a leadoff hit. Now the tying run aboard for Trent Grisham. Left-handed hitter who's doubled today. The pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, sinking fastball, and it's 0-1.
Bernardino hasn't pitched in 6 days since June 9th against Tampa Bay.
He feels like you did after the NHL season ended. He was so worn thin. 0-1. The pitch is blooped into center field. Another hit. Yankees will have the tying runs aboard as Duran plays it on the second hop, and here we go.
It's never easy, is it?
Again, this is why Alex Cora talks so often about saving bullpen arms. They'll pay you off later. Bernardino, as Andrew Bailey is going to come out of the Red Sox dugout and talk it over with Bernie.
Garrett Whitlock warming up, and you would recommend he do it quickly because this has not been soft contact either on these 2 hits.
And I think, Sean, that's really the reason that Bailey comes out, is that they want to make sure that Whitlock has enough time to get ready to face Aaron Judge. Ben Rice is coming up now, and a little strategy by the Red Sox. 2-0 they lead, tying runs aboard. This has been such a different series than the one last weekend, which was just an offensive explosion. This has been nip and tuck, pitchers duels, a lot of drama, and here we go again. 2-0. Bernardino facing Rice, who's...
I think they're going to send DJ LeMahieu up to hit for him.
They are. They pinch hit for him. And why not? Makes a lot of sense. Against the lefty, Bernardino has to face him. LeMahieu bluffs a bunt. He's got absolutely no intention of doing that, but he takes a strike on the outside corner, cutter, and it's 0-1.
Well, if he bunts and moves them along, the Red Sox would obviously intentionally walk Judge.
Correct.
I don't think Aaron Boone wants that eventuality.
0-1. Romy in at first. The pitch is a little bit outside with a sinker, and it is 1-1. Outfield just a couple steps toward the triangle in right for LeMahieu. Pitch is low, a changeup, and it's 2-1. Well, Bernardino has to challenge him, unfortunately, here. I mean, LeMahieu, a 2-time batting champ, really good hitter, but 2 on, none out with Judge on deck. You need a strike right here. Bernardino sets at the belt. Here's the 2-1. And a check swing, strike called anyway on the outside corner. Good sinking fastball, and it's 2-2.
Bayo in 7 innings, 3 hits. None after the first batter of the 4th inning. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, a season high. 114 pitches, a career high.
He was fabulous. 2-2.
2 strikes.
Pitch is down and in. And now the count is full. With Judge on deck, even with the lack of speed from LeMahieu, the runners will not be off here. But this is the pitch of the game coming up right here. 3-2 to LeMahieu. Sox leading 2-0. Here it is. And it's foul on the first base side. There's this 2-seam fastball in on the hands of LeMahieu. It is never comfortable between these two teams.
Nope. Part of the fun.
It is. 3-2. First and second, the Yankees lead, and Bernardino will step off. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan's here to help you save this summer. 3-2. Bernie throws, and a fastball called strike 3. Bottom of the zone. Huge. huge first out. That is possibly and likely the last pitch he will throw. He retires LeMahieu, and that means it is time to go to Whitlock to face Aaron Judge.
We'll upgrade it from possibly and likely to definitely. As Alex Cora strolls out to the mound to take the ball. It's a nice bounce back by Bernardino after the rough first two batters. And Whitlock in a big spot against Judge.
And isn't it amazing, Sean? It's now 3 nights in a row. It's not only Red Sox and Yankees. It is the world against the best hitter on planet Earth. The game seems to find Aaron Judge in these huge spots, and we'll get another one in just a moment. We'll step aside, come back to Fenway Park. 2-0 Sox, but 2 on, 1 out for Judge on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks, you get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Don't just pass the vibe check. Ace it with drinks like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, or any size soft drink for $1.39. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is Garrett Whitlock, the former Yankee farmhand, like so many times before, in a huge spot against these Yankees. He'll face Aaron Judge with 2 on, none out. The Red Sox leading 2-0. Pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Iservay. And Whitlock, who earned the win, pitching a scoreless top of the 10th 2 days ago, is on the mound now to face Judge. How about Aaron Judge in this series? 1 for 11 with 9 strikeouts.
But that one hit was memorable.
It was.
Game-tying home run in the 9th inning against Crochet, and he was trying to hit that one in New Hampshire.
He was, but he didn't. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it is 0-1. You got the baby blue barrel above an ash-colored handle. 2 on, 1 out. Whitlock throws. Judge grounds 1 to third. It is handled by Toro to second for 1 over to first. 2 double play. They get Aaron Judge to ground into an inning-ending double play, and Garrett Whitlock does the job. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 Red Sox lead. It has been a little ownership of Judge here at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Time to reseed this lawn. What's the difference between fescue and Bermuda?
When you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
Maybe zoysia seed is better.
So you can concentrate on other things.
I mean, how many types of grass seed can there be?
And with the Gulf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. See app for details. Gulf. It all starts here.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Hi, this is Roman Anthony. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
So far, so very good for the Red Sox as we go into the bottom of this 8th inning. 2-0 Sox as Roman Anthony gets a rousing ovation. He's going to pinch hit here in this bottom of the 8th. Red Sox trying to get a little insurance against Mark Leiter Jr. Roman is on for his first at-bat of the game, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Strike one. He's batting for Rob Refsnyder. And then Raffy, who homered his last time, and Romy Gonzalez. 0-1. Leiter throws, and Anthony bounces a curveball in there. And it is 1-1. Herb Chambers' batting order in this inning brought to you by Herb Chambers, Maserati of Boston, Millbury, and Warwick. What a huge pitch that was from Garrett Whitlock. 3 outs from a sweep of the New York Yankees at Fenway Park. 1-1 the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big curveball. Anthony over the top of that. And it is 1-2. Good spot for Roman. I think Alex Cora does such a good job finding the right lane for his young players to succeed. 1-2. Swinging a high fly foul on the third base side. Now to play. Brian Bayo, the story today. Absolutely fabulous. Goldschmidt stays in the game to play first base. 1-2 to Anthony. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and grounded right at Goldschmidt at first. He'll race to the bag himself. Get there and make the play. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, there's one down. I'll bring up Raffy, who just barely got over the top of the monster his last time. For his 15th homer, his 500th extra base hit. Before that, he twice grounded into double plays. 2-0 Red Sox. Bottom 8, 1 down. The pitch is skied foul. Out of play on the third base side. Usually when Raffy hits balls the other way out of the ballpark or even fouls them off, big things are happening. On 1 to him right now. 1 down in the 8th. The pitch is a good take on a curveball in the dirt. And it's 1-1. When Wilyer Abreu returns, should Cedon move to the infield? That's the Chevy New England question of the day at Sox Booth on Twitter. Get you the results of that in a moment. 1-1 to Devers. The pitch is outside. Splitter from Leiter, and it's 2-1. Actually, 53% of our fans say, nope, keep him in center field. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and the feature-packed all-new Equinox. 2-1, Devers takes a ball. That's a sinker, and that's the real positive body language right there from Devers. He's nodding up and down, saying, I knew that was coming. Very happy with that take. And now it's 3-1 to the Red Sox slugger. Here's the pitch, and it is inside ball 4. So he has walked Devers. He's aboard for the second time, and now, again, Alex Cora going for defense and matchups. He will pinch hit for Romy with Marcelo Meyer. Red Sox do not have anyone up in their bullpen, which means they're going to lean on Garrett Whitlock to try to finish this game. Whitlock came on and did a wonderful job to get out of the 8th. And with a 2-run cushion, Alex Cora is thinking for the second straight night about staying away from Aroldis Chapman. J.C. Escarra has a little issue with his shin guards. Behind the plate, he buckles them back up, and here is Marcelo, who has had some big moments early in his career against these Yankees. 1 on, 1 out. Devers leading at first. Leiter is ready. He throws, and Marcelo swings and misses at a curveball. That is strike one. Marcelo, marvelous with the glove last night. 2 beautiful picks at third. Hit his first major league home run last weekend at Yankee Stadium. 2-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. Leiter throws. Marcelo way outside. That curveball, not even close. And it levels the count at 1-1. Play him way over to pole on the infield. The book on Marcelo, certainly if he hits it on the dirt, it's a pole. The 1-1 is inside, a fastball. And it is 2-1. Trevor Story is on deck. Sox got a run in the first on a blue pit from Trevor, and then a homer from Devers in the 5th. The only runs scored in this game. 2-1 the pitch. Marcelo takes strike. That right there tells you he was taking all the way, because that was 91 miles an hour right in the middle of the zone. 2-2. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch. Marcelo takes a ball. It's really good from Marcelo. Splitter. And it is 3-2. Devers will stay put at first. Here's the payoff pitch. He will not. He runs as Marcelo grounds it foul outside of first. I beg your pardon. That is stunning, and it shows a lot of faith in Meyer. I mean, Devers never goes in a 3-2 count, but I guess maybe he's got a real read on Leiter. Maybe Jose David Flores, who's back with the club, says, you should just go. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Marcelo waits. Raffy not going to 3-2 is strike 3 called. I think Meyer knew it. Right on the inside corner. That's a huge second out for Leiter. And it'll be to Trevor Story. And it really was the ultimate sneak attack by Devers to try to run there. And then Marcelo took a fastball inside corner. And now here's Trevor Story. Trevor has singled in a run on a bloop and then twice struck out. Leiter is ready. The pitch is foul on the first base side, late on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And it is 0-1. I mean, Alex Cora makes that move not only to hit for Romy, but he knows that Meyer's glove at third is so valuable in the top of the 9th inning. The 0-1 is swung on a miss. That's a fastball perfectly positioned. And it is 0-2. Nothing Red Sox. Devers at first with 2 down. 0-2 to Trevor. Leiter, extreme first base side of the pitcher's rubber. Red Sox 2 runs, 6 hits, and error. No runs, 5 hits, and error for the Yankees. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Devers leading away at first. 0-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a splitter. Way outside. The inning is over. Garrett Whitlock going to try to secure a series sweep for the Red Sox. 2-0. Top 9 next. In the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
For 150 years, American Standard has been the plumber's trusted partner. working together to bring your customers quality, value, and always a quick and easy installation for the #1 toilet brand. While our partnership hasn't changed, our appreciation continues to grow. And it's why we've enhanced our American Standard Plumber Rebate Program, which now gives you even more money back on projects large and small. Learn more at LixelPlumberRebates.com.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I think it's finally time to DIY the laundry room. And this time, I really mean it. I just don't know where to start.
When you stop at Gulf, one thing you'll never have to think about is the fuel you're putting in your tank.
Cabinets? Paint?
So you can concentrate on other things.
Is shiplap still trendy?
And with the Gulf Pay app, you'll get exclusive offers like 5 cents off per gallon every day. See app for details. Gulf. It all starts here.
Cody Bellinger, who swings at the first pitch. A fastball 95 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Roman Anthony is in right field. Toro at first with Marcelo at third. Whitlock throws. The 0-1 is on the ground to the right side, handled there by Hamilton. Throws to first in time to Toro. Very nice job by both those men. Hamilton to get there, Toro to peel back to the bag, and there's one away.
Yeah, Toro started after like he might backhand it, realized he didn't have a chance for it. Then Hamilton a little extra weight to make sure Toro got back there. That's why Hamilton's in for defense. And what we've seen of Toro around the first base bag, he handled himself pretty well.
No doubt about it. Here's Jazz Chisholm with one down. The pitch to him is outside. Who could have ever foreseen what the Red Sox are on the precipice of doing? Taking 5 of 6 from the New York Yankees, winning 7 of 8 ball games. The 1-0 pitch is a little bit outside to Chisholm. It is 2-0 and driven by their starting pitching.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to embrace that line of conversation until there are 2 more outs.
That's a great point. Let's be superstitious. The 2-0 swing and a miss. Big fastball, and it's 2-1. You know, the Yankees in this series, a run on 4 hits in game 1. 3 runs, 6 hits, game 2. No runs, 5 hits here tonight. Meyer in at third, and Whitlock, for some reason, steps
4
up.
runs on 15 hits so far.
Not bad by the Red Sox pitchers.
Wow.
2-0 here. The pitch is swung on and missed. A beautiful changeup, and it is 2-2. Brian Bayo, the star today, had a towel on his head in the first base dugout.
There's a lot of encouraging things this last week or so. That his performance today at the top of the list for me.
I totally agree. 2-2 misses outside. It's 3-2. And I would say, Sean, it's really about his last 3 starts. He looks so much more like himself. 3-2 pitch is swung on and foul on the third base side.
One thing I think that bears mentioning here, Roman Anthony new to Fenway Park, not really a lot of time in right field. This is that time of day at Fenway where right field can be very tough. Looking into the sun's in and out.
3-2 is strike 3 called. Inside corner fastball. And they're 2 away.
Of course, if you strike out the hitter, you don't have to worry about the sun in right field.
So now the Red Sox 1 out away from a series sweep of the Yankees.
A lot of the fans coming to their feet. They should be. They should be on their feet now, making a lot of noise.
Anthony Volpe, the hitter. First pitch strike, sweeper, and it's 0-1. What a weekend it has been. 2-0 Red Sox. 2 down the pitch. Swinging a foul on the first base side. And the Yankees are down to their last strike. Volpe is grounded out twice. And then a double play ball. The 0-2. Swing and a miss! He got him! The Red Sox sweep the Yankees. 2-0 the final today, and the Red Sox have taken 5 of 6 from the Yankees. They're within 6.5 in the American League East. They're back above 500, and what a masterful weekend here at Fenway Park.
Well, obviously, it all starts with starting pitching, and that was the key to the whole weekend. Crochet, Dobbins, and Bayo all brilliant. And when you looked at the pitching matchups, you thought, Rodon, and especially Fried in this series, really tough customers the Red Sox had to deal with. 3 starting left-handers in this series for the Yankees. The Red Sox have now won their last 5 games started by opposing left-handed pitchers, 4 of those against the Yankees. And I think it goes to what we've talked about with Alex Cora, doing the right thing. Some people say, put the youngsters in there, get them in there. He keeps playing Ref Snyder, he keeps playing Romy Gonzalez, and Toro's a switch hitter, and they keep delivering against left-handed starters. This is a very good team. It should have been playing like this for much more of the year, at least close to it. But, they've dug themselves in a hole. But there's a lot of season left, and if they continue to pitch and play like this, they're going to be right back on the heels of the Yankees and right back on the heels of those ahead of them in the wild card.
Isn't it amazing, Sean? I mean, these games, when you're playing against your rival and the team that's way above you in the division, they count double. And when you win 5 of 6, it's an 8-game swing in the last 2 weeks for the Red Sox. And what a marvelous performance. You keyed it. It is the starting pitching. But it's amazing, the Red Sox. I really, Sean, we're going to have a lot more on this Nissan postgame show. It is not an exaggeration to say that in the last 10 days, the Red Sox have saved their season. No
question. They were surprisingly not even mediocre. I mean, they were below 500, and you knew why, because you were watching them. The biggest thing was losing the close games, the 17 one-run losses. But they won 3 close games here. They outpitched the Yankees. They got the clutch hits. They played good defense. Today a couple double plays turned. And with the win, they're just 6.5 games out of first place now in the American League East. They're 2 games for the moment behind in the wild card. So they're right there. They're not going to ruin our summer, as we say around here. And it's a great Father's Day gift to all the Red Sox fans, dads out there, a lot of them here in attendance today, part of the 36,475 who watched the capper of a terrific weekend.
2 hours and 30 minutes in front of 36,475. Garrett Whitlock is a very proud new father. He's got I think about a 15-month-old, and he's a great dad. Cool to see him finish it off. And, Sean, the Red Sox fan base has not had a lot to boast about in the last 4 or 5 years. They beat the Yankees in the wild card series. Since that time, Yankees keep winning 90 games. Last year they were in the World Series. However, 5 of 6 to start this season. To sweep them here at Fenway, that is a statement series from these Red Sox.
Well, I think so, particularly who they went up against in terms of the Yankees starting pitchers. And Fried was very good today. The Red Sox had a lot of chances. They hit into 3 double plays in the first 4 innings, so it could have been a little bit easier. But good pitchers are going to get out of jams, and he did. So I think what they accomplished this weekend against this competition team was playing very well. When they got here, the Yankees were a season-high 17 games above 500. They had just swept a series in Kansas City, and the Red Sox outplayed them. I mean, they deserve to win all 3 games. Nothing fluky about it. And what I like is a lot of people contributing. Even though they're low-scoring close games, a number of different players had clutch hits. They have said they've made some good plays in the field. And, with the exception of Guerrero last night, everybody who pitched well.
Yankees are going to leave town still 14 games above 500. They're in good shape. They got Aaron Judge, they got Fried and Rodon, and a really good club. But, you've been around this thing long enough, Sean, to know that there is something different about when these two teams look each other in the eye and they say, you know what? maybe we've not won a lot of one-run games. In fact, the Red Sox came into last Friday losing 17 one-run games. But I love the fact that this group that is a mixture of veterans and young players who are new to this whole rivalry just stared the Yankees in the eye and said, you know what? We're up for this thing, and we're going to sort of take control of this and change the narrative.
No question. And the Red Sox should be getting better. You know, Bregman's been terrific. He's been out for a while during this winning stretch. He'll be back sooner than expected, perhaps soon. Wilyer Abreu might be back at the end of the week. They'll have some tough decisions to make, but that's a good thing because they're going to have to move some talented players out when those guys come back. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for Boston, 5 left. No runs, 5 hits, an error for the Yankees, and 6 left. Just 15 hits in the weekend for the Yankees. Bayo, the winner, brilliant through 7 shutout innings. 3-1. Fried took the loss just his second. He's 9-2. And Whitlock, the former Yankee, pitched well in 2 out of these 3 games. Got the win Friday night and got the save here today. 2 hours and 30 minutes in front of the jubilant crowd that we've mentioned, 36,475.
Dave Corus runs in and gives an unbelievable stat. Here we go. And we're going back to Babe Ruth, basically. The Yankees in a 3-game series at Fenway, they scored 4 runs here this weekend. That's the fewest they've ever scored, tied with September of 1922 and June of 1916. Wow. That's how good the pitching was this weekend.
Well, I only wish Joe Castiglione was here with us today because he called those games and he would remember the details off the top of his head, as he always does. But thank you to Dave Corus as well for a lot of great information. That is a terrific nugget.
That was awesome. So the Red Sox beat the Yankees today 2-0. They sweep this 3-game series. We're going to check in with Brian Bayo in the Red Sox clubhouse. When we come back, he was awesome. 7 shutout innings. 2-0 Yankees. Nissan postgame show after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, you have the card that helps businesses dream bigger. Get a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business and earn 1.5 times membership rewards points on select business purchases. So you can stock up on what you need to take your business further and get rewarded for growing bigger. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Not all purchases will be approved. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/Amex Business.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Today.
This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Red Sox win 2-0. They sweep the New York Yankees. What a brilliant performance by Brian Bayo, who joins us now in the Red Sox clubhouse. We're going to do that most fun thing of all. We're going to English, Spanish, translate the whole thing. Brian, just an absolutely brilliant performance by you. I just want to ask you what it meant for you to be on the mound here today against the Yankees. Un esfuerzo brillante. ¿Cómo te sintió para hacer un esfuerzo tan fuerte aquí en esta rivalidad tan fuerte?
Nada, todo fue muy bien, gracias al Señor, y me mantuve picheo tras picheo agresivo y con una mentalidad súper fuerte para tratar de sacarle agua a los bateadores con poquito picheo y tratar de ganar la serie, y gracias a Dios todo salió bien.
He says it felt so great to just be aggressive and throw so many fastballs and be a big part of this rivalry and really attack these hitters and stay with the fastball. I do want to stay with that one more time with you, Brian, because the changeup has not been the weapon that it was for you for a lot of times and the strength of your career, but the fastball you've really attacked with it. I'd like to hear from you, how you've changed that sort of approach and that mentality. Ese picheo, el cambio no ha funcionado tan especialmente como en años pasados, pero la reta, bueno, has enfocado en ese picheo recientemente y, bueno, un picheo brillante. Descríbenos el esfuerzo de ese picheo.
Sí, como dice, el cambio no está como el año pasado o el antepasado, pero eso no dice de como que puedo dejar de tirarlo. Hay muchísimas opciones para tirar y lo tiro y funciona y saco lo bajo. Pero el forcing lo estamos trabajando y lo estoy tirando en una buena localización y gracias a Dios está saliendo y sacando con eso.
He says, yeah, the changeup has not been the same pitch that it's been in years past. We're working on it, but he's really leaned in on the four-seam fastball a little bit more. They're really throwing that harder and better and more effectively, so the mix is better. He's feeling really good about that. Brian, Sean is going to ask a question in English. I'll translate, and you can go ahead.
So I'll try to make it uncharacteristically big. And because I was going to try, but my Spanish teachers would be horrified. It was a long time ago. The only word I know is cayete, because they used to tell me to shut up when I was in high school. You'll be stunned. I'm just wondering if Brian feels this is the best game he's pitched as a member of the Red Sox against this team to go 7 scoreless innings with 8 strikeouts.
¿Es esta el mejor juego que has empezado con la Media Roja o no?
Bueno, no es el mejor, pero ha sido uno de los mejores. El año pasado he llegado al octavo sin hit varias veces, pero creo que ha sido uno de los mejores.
One of the best. He says not the best. Last year he got into the 8th inning, and it was a really impressive start, but not quite to that level. I'll close with this. Brian, this is such an important rivalry, such an important series. The team has not been where they wanted, and you are such a big part of the future. Do you sort of embrace the notion that this team can only go as far as you can take them? La pregunta es que, bueno, este equipo necesita que lance bien, ¿no? Lance mejor que al principio de la temporada. Y recientemente has mejorado tanto y hay tanto poder en los momentos en que estás en su mejor. ¿Tienes un sentimiento del poder, de lo que significa este equipo?
Oh, claro. Yo sé que el equipo me necesita y cada vez que salgo ahí necesita que yo lance mis 6, 7 innings y que siempre esté dando lo mejor de mí. Yo sé que lo necesito para poder ir a los playoffs y ganar. Yo siempre que tengo esos días para trabajar, pues me enfoco en eso, para darle lo mejor de mí cada vez que salga al terreno de juego y tener salidas como esta. Esto es lo que siempre ando buscando.
Beautiful. He says that, look, he gets it. He understands that he needs to go 6, 7, sometimes 8 innings for this team to win in the regular season, to get into the playoffs and win in the playoffs. And he really wants to focus every single day on working hard, being better, and doing better. And you're absolutely doing that, Brian. We really appreciate the time. Agradecemos el tiempo. Felicitaciones y un vuelo feliz, ¿no?
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
All right, that's Brian Bayo. A happy flight.
And may I add, gracias.
Indeed. Gracias.
Amigo.
Mm-hmm. He's such an important part, Sean. You heard him talk about it. I like that he embraces it and he understands it, that this team is going to go where the starters take them. And that, look, it can be an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but this team decided, you know what, this guy's one of our anchors. He is the person as a young pitcher, along with Garrett Whitlock, that we think can take us to the promised land. And last year, some injuries, but some also, ineffective pitching. This year, to start the year, there were some real questions about the wisdom of that decision. However, we're talking about now 4, almost 5 starts where he has turned the page. I think Red Sox fans saw in the Netflix special how invested this guy is in being that best version of himself. I love hearing him say he embraces that, he understands it, and I thought he was just fabulous today.
He was fabulous. That's the talent that the Red Sox saw. And we saw that when he first came up, similar to what we saw today. I do think, and I haven't seen every one of his starts, but it's hard to imagine he could pitch much better than he did today. And to your question that you asked him, he's only going to be out there one every 5 days. So, yes, it's important that he continues to pitch well. But as a rotation, they're going to have to continue to pitch well because they have dug themselves into a hole. There are a lot of other very good teams in the American League. But they've shown there's no reason why they can't continue to play like this, or at least close to it. So he's a big part of it, but the rest of the starting rotation will be too. What I like is, it seems, I think now you all expect Crochet to be Crochet.
Yep.
1 out of 5, you're going to get a good start unless there's an aberration. And if Bayo keeps going like this, 2 out of 5, I like what we saw from Dobbins. There was nothing fluky about what he did yesterday. So there are a lot of things to be encouraged about this week. And just a total team effort. I think that was the best part of the whole thing for me. It was, they looked like a complete baseball team.
I think when you said that at the end, it really did resonate, right? Because it's not just one guy. It's not like Devers hit 7 home runs.
I think the Red Sox, that was the only home run in the series, wasn't it?
Yeah,
hit by Boston.
Wall scraper from Devers on the left side. Other than Judge,
right.
I mean, there were no home runs in this series, really.
Yeah. Wind blowing in, but that had very little to do with it. It was just a well-pitched weekend. And it's such sharp contrast. I think the two teams combined for 15 home runs in that series at Yankee Stadium last weekend. So, the Red Sox had 5 in one